Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to episode 14 of DeGodCast, the podcast by DGens for DGens. Today is May 31st. It's JB, part of your trio of hosts, along with the homies, Chapter and Slate. I'm going to take a quick second just to thank you all that have been on this journey with us. We truly enjoy putting these out for y'all every week, and we hope that you are as entertained as we are when we record these. And if you want to show a little love to the boys, feel free to send some dust donations to DeGodCast.soul. We will not Trizy those donations, and we're still waiting on that Papa Frank text from 6 weeks ago about getting paid. But anyways, we're gonna switch up the format just a hair today and bring our guests on up front so they can partake in the decap and the weekly update chatter and whatnot. And on that note, we have the literal face of Mickey D-Gods on the show today, or at least one of them.
One of the goats.
A real D-Gods community OG here to give us his thoughts and feels on the never-ending stream of entertainment that us D-Gods holders are so lucky to be spoiled with, or abused with, as some semi-influencers would leave you to believe. At Spartans Hold on Twitter, but y'all know him as Johnny. How's it going, brother? Good to have you.
It is an absolute pleasure to be here, gentlemen. Thank you for having me on. This is fantastic.
Hell yes, man. Very excited for this one. You've been on the guest list since day one, so it's a long time coming. But
yeah, no, I appreciate the look and a huge fan of everything you guys are doing. This is an absolutely A+ show. So
yes, sir. You as well. You as well. All the Mickey content, priceless. So excited for that. But before all that, Chapter, hit him with the decap.
All right, yo. Let's see. Pretty straightforward today. Let's see. So I guess we'll just get into this recap. So first, the official DeGods merchandise has now been available for purchase twice, as the lights over at merch.degods.com finally came back on for the first time since February. But this time, all this shit was on sale. Black tees, white tees, thick hoodies in different colors, motherfucking home decor, all for nothing. I'm talking no cost for the drip. Shout out to the homies who've been begging for the clothes OTC. Only thing left to do is wait 2 NFT years for that shit to ship. Well, for most of us, because I know one man unboxed his Balaclava early, and you know who we talking about. And the recap is always history anyway, because it's just from the past, so let's historify it. The legend of Manoj continues. For context, around mid-April-ish, a wild Anon appeared in the peasant chat, which is the chat for non-holders for those who've never been to DAO, using the moniker Trizy Trades and spending countless hours and days, weeks, hanging out, calling in raids from new projects to come in and show their newly minted projects in front of the Olympics gates. Man was living there, dead ass. But anyway, his frequent engagement with the gods over the span of time, as well as private conversations, earned him the trust and support of some holders. And through his memes and the claim that he was 15, this character was able to infiltrate the regime by capitalizing on the dreams of worldwide DeGod holders hoping to give back to someone else and help the alleged little homie out. After capturing the hearts of many with his memes and story, an initiative was organized on May 13th by the community to donate to this character. And after 6 days, all the funds were collected and the dead god was secured on May 19th. Man, the threads and support, shit was huge. Fam told motherfuckers he was taking college classes, had all these plans for the future, the prospects. Hey, and the streets were satisfied with the success. The memes were glorious. And for a while, we were all hotboxing hopium in a locked Discord channel over the project that we brought to life. Bruh. Disbelief shook the streets as we all witnessed the Jack She in the land of the free and the home of the staked. As the largest DeGod community-driven bro-fund-me in DeGod history survived only a mere 11 days. Bro, actually less. May 30th, our charity project, Trizy, listed below everything of its kind on the Magic Eden Marketplace and simultaneously unplugged his Twitter. Bruh. Fam yeeted his donated art and then after the transaction hit, returned to Twitter with a blacked out PFP one last time. And I believe he said, damn, y'all, I'm using this money for flipping NFTs and stocks. Thanks for the liquid infusion. But just think I'm 15, so then it makes sense. No school, no recycled sob story, just get fucked. That was the tweet. If you didn't see it, And it's probably because nobody retweeted it onto your timeline, as nobody could identify whose man's is this. Bruh. I think it's actually kind of funny because we were talking about marriages not working and shit a couple episodes ago, but this is probably the most creative way I've seen to stop the engagement. But on a final note, we tried some shit, we learned some shit, and if I donated dust for charity and to a seemingly good cause, give me my balloons while I'm dead. Because like the pink hoodie that's coming in the mail and Dead God number 8,794, this shit's free. Fuck them kids. Let's fucking go.
Oh my god, what a day, dude. Right when I think I'm gonna have like a chill day and like get some real work done, like one of the biggest rugs in Dead God's history since baby DeGods happens. Fuck. Let's all right, well, let's do this. Let's go in order of the recap and touch on, I mean, I guess it's two major things, right? The merch drop and the Trizy paper hand saga. So let's start with the merch drop. I'll give y'all my thoughts. So I have been clamoring for a clean pocket t-shirt with a breast logo since Merchbox 1.0 came out. Got as close as you can get if you count, you know, the logo was about 8 inches over dead center on the t-shirt. So my fit today while we record is, you know, shout out to flat bill caps and breast logos because they need love too, and they ain't getting none on the merch drop. I personally, like, nothing really, I don't know, called to me, I guess, blew my mind. I did think I ordered, you know, a handful of shit, as we all did, even though it wasn't my favorite. But like the pastel hoodie, ordered that. The black tee, ordered that, even with the centered logo. Maybe I'll peel it off and stick it back on the breast. And then the shorts, ordered those. But yeah, not blown away. But you know, I've said it once, I'll say it again. Like I'm not a fashion guy. I'm a pretty simple dude. So I'm curious to hear y'all's thoughts.
I mean, you know, bro, I'm not really like a big fashion guy either, but you know, bro, I fuck with the pink hoodie, bro. That shit was some fire, bro. Because I was actually one of the people, you know, who got the first merch, you know.
Mhm.
So I mean, I already got the black hoodie, you know, and I know a lot of people like, you know, they wanted this black hoodie. That's what's up. Or actually, there's a lot of people who didn't get the
I
first.
like
merch.
your black hoodie too. The OG
Yeah,
black
I
hoodie
didn't
is
get,
fire.
I didn't get anything on the first.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like
exactly.
I missed it.
So it's like, yeah, I know there's like a lot of people like who, you know, didn't get like the first merch, and it's kind of like, yeah, this is their first merch. So it's kind of like, yeah, for sure, definitely, like, you know, people went fucking like ape shit. Yeah, I got the fucking pink hoodie because that shit's fucking fire, bro. I don't know, bro. You guys know who fucking Cameron is? You guys,
Yeah, of
you guys ever-
course.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
bro.
You
That's
talking
what-
about the fuzzy pink outfit?
Oh yeah, yeah. With the, oh, bro. That's why. That's the first thing I was thinking, bro. I was thinking about that. I was thinking, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. That shit was.
I
some
was
heat, bro.
blanking earlier today. Sorry, somebody kept saying plush bucket hat in the Mickey chat, and I wanted to say like plush. Do you mean like the fucking Cameron pink bucket hat with fur? Like, what does a plush bucket hat mean?
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably
That's what they
like the
think of.
one that who was
Yeah.
that guy who drove the Ferraris?
Lucas?
And used to do the dance moves from the '90s. Now you guys are too young for that.
Oh, we're gonna
But,
be tough on the polls.
Jamiroquai. Remember how Jamiroquai used to
Oh.
wear like a plush bucket hat? That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, it is like the Cameron one. I just looked it up. It's
Yeah.
a fuzzy hat.
So was that a troll, or do we actually want that?
I want a bucket hat. I don't want a plush bucket hat.
Yeah, honestly, spring summer, I'm surprised there was no bucket hat because all my cousins who are like DeGod's holder age are big bucket hat people. I thought those were cool now, but
Hey, where DeGod's hold their age?
Yeah, I'm not a bucket hat guy at all.
I'm not either. We're right of the bell
There are
curve.
a lot of people that are, and you know, no shit, but not my thing.
No, Johnny's with me. Johnny's a trucker guy, snapback guy. I got, dude, that's another thing. Like I was saying truckers for, fucking months, and people are like, what do you like smoke meth and suck dudes off in like truck stop bathrooms? I'm like, no, bro. Like, there's a difference between like the 90s Von Dutch trucker hat and like
Yes.
what the fuck is like what people wear now, and
That was a
everybody.
terrible hat with terrible
Yes.
style, bad.
And
all
on
around.
that note, I think the fucking logo on the dad hat looks like it belongs on a Von Dutch trucker. It's so fucking big and kind of bubbly like that. Slap that on a giant trucker hat, I feel like. But no, I just wanted like a regular snapback, mesh back. It's spring, summer. I'm in the South. We hot. Like
the hat with the fish on it, like the dead god hat with the fish on it, right?
Yes, man. It's literally an attribute.
Oh, word.
It's a tough looking hat. It was drawn perfectly. It looks good. Everybody loves that. I would have loved to have seen that actual hat be available. I feel like there was a huge opportunity to like sell me a tracksuit. I have a tracksuit, DeGod.
Oh, yeah,
I want the tracksuit. I want a full kit, red tracksuit with the two lines. I want that fish hat. Like and again, I know they got a million things going. But a babushka, like it would have been a funny costumey.
A Godchella hoodie. Come on, I can do this all day, bro.
Really
Goat jersey, a Hawaiian shirt.
Yes,
like that actual Hawaiian shirt. Yeah. Like I know it would have taken time, and to tell you the truth, I know they got, as I said earlier, they got a million things going right now. Yeah. I would imagine the next drop. I would hope, I'm asking now, that we literally be able to buy specific units that are in the collection that has so much style that we all vibe with and buy for those specific reasons. They will sell, we will buy them, and it'll take effort and timing, but there are people in the community. I mean, I've been an investor in a bunch of clothing companies. I know people that can get things done and bring style in and help and put it all off on somebody else and not somebody on the team member. Bring it in and then.
So holler at Johnny.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I know Johnny.
I love the pink hoodie though. I love the pink hoodie.
The pink hoodie is sick.
Facts,
yeah, that was an easy buy for me.
Did we all grab one of those?
Yes.
So absolutely. Did you get anything on this round of merch, Johnny? I know you had thoughts on it because when they dropped the GIF that was the teaser, you were in the Mickey chat saying, this isn't the real merch. This is a joke. Like, this is a prank. Like, the release on Sunday is going to be different.
I actually thought it was a burner just because of the boxiness of the t-shirt. And a lot of times, by the way, when people, I've even seen on websites where they put up a kind of a quote unquote photo, but it's not the actual t-shirt that you get. Yeah. But I am a clothes whore. Like, I like style. I like things cut specifically.
It's the new style, Johnny. It's like the Yeezy style cuts.
And like so I actually thought it was kind of burner. I thought they were gonna dump like a totally new look. I thought we were gonna have with the hats and again the full kits and buy the Hawaiian shirts and things like that. So, but again, no shade. They got a million things going, moving fast. And we can all find something we like. I found something I like. I am super pumped to get my sweatshirt.
Yeah, it wasn't
super pumped to spend my dust that I get for free. I made a post that people were complaining about shipping. I was like, charge me triple. I don't care. This is I'm in and happy to spend it on stuff I like.
It was a good first go around too. Like it was all simple, right? I would have liked more of like a traditional simple. Like to me, because I'm not a fashion guy. I don't buy a lot of clothes. Like I just go timeless. Like I feel like a pocket t-shirt with a logo on the pocket on the breast, like will never not be in style. So like I would have maybe liked to see just a little more like, because somebody mentioned like the center logo is like something that's in style now. And like, I don't know.
I would even go as far as saying like, I would love like I don't even know what they call it, like a swale cut at the bottom t-shirt. And then on the lower left, so if I have a white t-shirt on the lower left, I'd have the DeGod's head logo.
Yeah.
Embroidered, raised embroidery. So it's like,
give me some raised embroidery.
Forever, dude.
I like that.
Like that would be, and then if I have a black t-shirt, raised embroidery in gray, the DeGod's logo in gray.
Yeah.
So it's not screaming at you. I'm not wearing polo, some of those polo shirts with the polo pony that's like 7 inches on your shirt.
What movie is that from? Screen prints get remembered, but embroidery never dies.
I've
never heard that.
It's heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
God.
Sick, I do like that pink hoodie is tough.
I love that.
And with the white, and it's.
And speaking of tough too, like,
and the red's hilarious.
Yeah.
There was some cool shit.
Speaking of tough, the balaclava is probably one of the coolest things to come out of it, and not even because of the merch itself, but because of the fucking strap balaclava DeGods that all of us have now, courtesy of Amy, the DeGoddess, bro.
Amy's the queen.
That's like the best thing to come out of the merch drop. I love that.
I bought one of those though. I don't think I'll ever wear it, but I need it for the culture. I mean, I'm in Minnesota though, so it might get cold enough for me to actually pop it on, a couple points over the winter.
In hindsight, I almost went back today too for a second order. And then I checked the Having website and saw Having was in 3 days, and I turned the fuck around. But I almost I didn't get the fuck it we ball shirt, because I didn't know it was cream. I thought it was white, and I'm not really a white tee guy. But I went back and saw that it was cream, and I was like, oh, cream with that like green and orange, I think would look sick.
I don't even know if I saw that one.
The one with the basketball for the O, and then I almost grabbed
that it was cream?
Yeah, it's cream, bro. I'm gonna end up ordering it while we talk because I'm talking myself into it. But I almost ordered the balaclava too because I was like, if I'm gonna be on Twitter doing shoeis and beer reviews and coffee reviews and like showing my face all the time, like I might as well just fucking strap one of those on. That's kind of sick.
How are you gonna drink?
It doesn't have a mouthful.
You can pull the mouth down. I've seen them. Like I've worn one of them in real life, like snowboarding, and you can like pull the mouth down, but.
And see, I was thinking about getting that shit, like the balaclava thing, but I was like, man, like,
is that
I don't know if I can. Yeah, yeah, I think so, yeah. But I was like, man, like, because I always got my do-rag on all the time, and I'm just like, bro, like, I don't know if I can fuck with this,
bro. Yeah, when do-rags, what the fuck?
That's what I thought it was at first. I was like, oh shit, like, there's no way, like, Frank, like, was fucking literally thinking about your boy or fucking.
The
Taylor,
only person
whoever.
that needs a do-rag in DeGods.
Yeah, dead ass, bro. So I'm just like, man, bro. And then I seen it.
I would wear that on our riding snowmobiles up here. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I didn't cop that shit because I was like, man, I don't know how I couldn't figure out the logistics of how I'm gonna put that shit on my head, bro.
Plus,
so
it might get a little dangerous if you're wearing that chapter. I don't know.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Like,
pull up to the African graduation and that shit.
Oh god, bro.
Damn.
That's
can we talk about Mickey's merch real quick?
I seen the Mickey's merch. Let's talk about this.
Now that's like I ordered, and okay, so on the note of like, give me a clean pocket tee with a breast logo, and I'll order it in every color. That's what I've been saying for months. I ordered the Mickey's ones in every color because it's literally. First of all, it's Comfort Colors, which is one of my favorite brands, like one of the most comfortable shirts you can wear. It's probably not like a cool brand or whatever, but I don't give a shit. And it's literally just clean ass Mickey's fries with the D logo on the pocket. And on the back, it's got the Mickey DeGods logo, and I think it's sick. I got the hoodie. Yes. I got the shirt in every color.
Whippity did a bang up job. And obviously he was super, I mean, he worked hard on it, was collaborative on it.
Oh, yeah.
In a big way. So but I'm pumped for the Mickey's merch. I mean, obviously I made my own Mickey DeGods shirt. I literally printed out the word Gary and taped it to my shirt and then threw a D on it to make those Mickey videos.
That's the one that Akeem wears, right? When he does the double Mickey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now it'll be official. Although I would have liked manager name tags customizable.
Yes, that would be pretty good. But there is some kind of like Club Pro guy. Club Pro guy tapes his sponsorships to his deal, kind of low rent style. That's kind of
it's very on brand
vibe. So we get taping your name tag onto yourself is kind of on brand.
I'll bring that shit to NYC for sure and slap a JV manager on there.
Indeed. The night of the merch launch, I'm sitting
oh my god,
it was classic though, but
absolutely.
long. And it got, if it was a 45-minute wait, it was
2
an
hours.
hour and a half wait. I'm like, should I go to bed? I'm going, just cancel till tomorrow.
It was 2 hours.
And I'm like flying to try to buy all my crap.
It was 2 hours. And then also when I first went to buy it on my phone in bed, it was like must have DeGod. So my ass got out of bed butt naked, went to the computer, plugged in the ledger to like pull up my wallet with my DeGods in it. And then come to find out, like you just had to refresh and get rid of that or something. But dude, the memes and the gifs going off in the fucking Discord, the copy pasta in the Discord, like that was some
a riot.
Yeah, it was fun, like very fun.
It was really fun. So like again, on brand, late, but in the end, hilarity. All good. I love it.
And all the influencers complaining about the price too. Clearly don't own any dead cods and can go fuck themselves.
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't think twice. Although the only thing I second guessed myself on and ended up not getting was the book safe. Because if it was 240 dust, maybe, but 420 dust, I was like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I was about to fucking grab that shit, but then I was thinking like, so man, much. Like, you know what? Like, yeah, exactly. And I was thinking like, having's coming. No, I was gonna say it's all good.
And then also, like, if somebody breaks into my house and they either A, know that I have DeGods, or B, they find my ledger when they're like going through my shit and know about NFTs, like, they're going to see a DeGods book on the shelf and be like, thank you.
Facts.
Like, I don't think, Plus, like,
I would have bought that shit, like, if it was plain, like, if, like, the spine of the book had nothing on it.
Hey, but guess what? You can get one. It's $13 on Amazon.
That's not free, so.
That's true. That ain't free.
That's not free, so I don't think I will.
Well, and I think the way they price some of those things too, I actually spoke with Frank on the phone about some of the pricing pre-on, and there's guys with so much dust that they're trying to say, hey, what would be fun, what would be cool, ways to spend it. It's not necessarily that's not necessary for everyone. It's like a Ferrari's not.
They're
for
like
everybody.
Collector items, dude.
But
the
hey,
rug and the book safe.
It got 30,000 dust. Some guys are gonna say, boom, I'll take it. Bingo, whatever. Great way to spend it. Gets it off the books, doesn't pound the community. So I get it.
Shout out to Rug DAO, like everybody who copped the rugs. So
yeah,
the only person I know who got one of them is Top.
I was gonna say I know Top did. I seen a couple people.
Top bought everything.
He bought everything, and he bought multiples of everything. And I forget what his answer was. I asked him why. I asked why he got 3 of the pastel hoodies, and he said because girls are gonna try and steal them.
Hey,
which is a fair answer.
He's right. Absolutely.
That's a great answer.
If girls are trying to steal stuff, that is a high class problem.
Yeah, that was the first thing I was thinking. Like when I fucking bought that shit, bro. Like it's definitely like what did fucking Drake say? Like women borrow sweaters that I spray with my cologne and shit. Like that's why I was thinking. Like yeah, bro, this is definitely like something I'm gonna have to fucking
You got a baby mama. Are you worried about that?
I mean, nah, bro, but that's the thing, bro. When it comes down to the merch, bro, like I might be fucking somewhere under the influence. You know what I mean? It's hot. Pop the hoodie off, and then I'm just like, oh, I'm about to bounce, and then be like, hey, yo, and it's missing. You know what I mean? That's if you like that sometimes, bro. You never know. It's all scenarios, circumstances.
I want to know what Big Brain got merch wise because he's got 100+ DeGods. He's got a fair bit of dust.
Yeah. SBB got a little dust.
Every single room in his house is about to have a D-rug in it.
Yeah, there's some guy on here that I was chatting with in the buy-sell one day, and he sent me his DeGod list, and it was like 150, 140, 150.
Jesus.
And I go, hey, will you just send me like a full list so I could see what you have? He's like, dude, they're scattered everywhere. What do you want? I got probably
what do you want? I got it.
I want this. And he'd send him. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, here's the wallet address. And so there's people.
No, you were like, I want this. And he sent you like 6 different options.
Yeah. No, I mean, the guy, I'm trying to find his name.
Yeah, let me know. Because like sometimes I'm in the mood for, I'm like halfway to holding all Forever God. So I might hit him up one day.
Yeah, I even made like a trade list that I just every once in a while just blast it up into the buy sell and be like, don't send me dumb more offers, but what do you like? Kind of
because God knows, motherfuckers in buy sell love to hit you with the do you want a 2-for-1 for my Nebula skin with the Boy Scout outfit and the Alaska background and the fucking and the cap and the Staples necklace? It's like, bro, you have every trait. I can't even tell what's going on here. I'm not 2-for-1ing you for that shit.
There'd be people with rank 4,000 DeGods asking for all trade for 2 floors, and it's like, yours is a floor, dude. Like,
yours is a floor, yeah.
And like, truth be told, like rank matters a bit, depending, but some of them can be a little messy.
Sure.
And some of the other ones that aren't necessarily high ranked but have tons of style, it might be 1,000 or 1,200, or I've got one that's a 5,000 I love.
Dude, I've got a naked eye patch, bloody eye patch, forehead diamond, which is now the forehead laser. That's like rank 6K, and every time I post and buy sell trade, that's the one people go after. It's like, yeah, cleanly. And this is coming from a guy who's 2-for-1 too. Like, I 2-for-1 for my Solana chain Mickey, so I'm willing. Like, if I recognize something as 2-for-1,
yeah, that's Solana chain Mickey
at first.
Yeah.
I think I still is. Oh, until he
died.
Until he died. But
that's King Song.
Little Alpha, I heard that we're getting the Soul Chain rework any day now, and I've seen it.
Oh,
and it's fire. It's a Soul
Chain. You have seen
Alpha right there. Okay.
I've seen it. I asked if I could leak it, and I was
told you're
no.
pleased.
I am pleased. I'll give you
that matters because you were the leading charge of this, which is we appreciate.
Yes, the alpha that I can give on it is it glows, which it didn't before, and it's a soul chain again, which it wasn't before. So I'm happy with it.
Very cool.
I'm happy that it even like,
and it's still kind of not. It's not ostentatious or
no
or. Okay.
Classy.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy that it was even considered to get reworked. Like, respect to the team in general for even being like, damn, we kind of maybe rugged this trait, but I am happy with the way it came out. And I've seen the early iterations of the rework and wasn't as happy. So I like where it's headed. I just hope that it actually drops because, these dudes are busy.
Indeed. And one final thing, just on comment on merch, I just like to clear up. When I'm looking at these t-shirts, they all are folded the exact same way, which leads me to believe it's almost as if they like copy and pasted a photo of a t-shirt and then put what the logo is going to be on it.
Stock photo.
So I would assume there'll probably be a killer style or cut or whatever. I would assume. So again, no shade. I just,
Yep. Oh, and sure. Final note on merch, but it's not really merch. Somebody hit my DMs the other day. It's actually a upcoming project, I think. But their utility is like, we're gonna do real life like jeweler shit. And they said, do you think DDAO would be interested in auctioning or raffling off a real Solana chain? And I was like, what?
Did you post that in the Divine? Did I see that?
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh
yeah.
Divine
that's
Council
like a
members
real
in here.
Piece of jewelry, and then somebody was like
3 like thick ass Cuban link chains, like with the Solana pendant on it. Have not got an answer from anyone on the core team yet about that, but might be kind of fucking sick, dude.
That would actually be, as I think it was even your idea, would be a killer raffle idea.
Yeah,
because
I think it works way better than an auction.
And put a minimum on it. If it doesn't get to X, they don't sell it or they don't make it. But if they do, boom.
Yeah, that's totally possible. And I think it works way better as a raffle too, because like every fucking person that owns dust, maybe not all of them, but most of them would probably want a giant gold Solana chain, even if it's just to like I would never wear it ever. But
I would Trizy that shit right away.
Trizy Slate would melt it down, bro.
Yeah.
2 years later, Slate has neck problems. She's just rolling it day by day.
Yeah, dude. Oh, it would be so sick. So hopefully, I mean, I would love to see that happen. But yeah, you know how that shit goes. So, all right, let's talk Trizy a little bit. Where do we even start, bro? Like, so Trizy, like you said in the recap, pulled up. Was kind of dope for a while on Twitter, like memes, replying to everyone's shit. Like the vibes were very, this guy.
Cool, I thought he was a cool dude.
Yes. This guy is a DeGod holder. This guy is DeGod's community. Like this guy gets it. He's cool as shit. Which is why when Patty, opened up the donation thing, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll chuck a little bit. Didn't send a lot. I sent 6.9 dust and 0.69 soul. Like, I'm not rich either, but like, I was like, yeah, this kid's cool.
Yeah.
I'll chuck him a little bit, throw him a bone. Yeah. The second he got the DeGod, literally turned into like the most wannabe influencer I've ever seen. The only Trizy tweets I saw on my timeline, unless they were replies to other holder tweets, which his reply game was like still kind of fire. The only tweets that I saw him post were 20 followers until 17,000 or 1,700. Sorry, 1,700. 30 followers until 1,800. 10 followers until 1,900. And I was like, dude, shut the fuck up.
See, I didn't even say that because about followers, bro. I just kind of seen the tweet.
That was all he tweeted about, bro. And I never said it like on his tweets because people under it were like, "Oh, you're blowing up, bro!" Like blah blah blah. But in my head, I was like, "This is like Frank always talks about not being cringe on the timeline. That was about as cringe as it got. Like you got a free dead god, and all of a sudden you have influencer in your bio on Twitter, and the only thing you tweet about is like getting close to these minuscule like follower count milestones." So I personally was ready to see Trizy go already. I was about to mute his ass before he even Trizy'd his fucking god and deleted his Twitter. I was gonna mute his ass anyways. So that's my take real quick. That.
Yeah. Well, for me, bro, I just thought it was just, like fucking posting memes and shit. He just fucking like chilling, bro. Like his Photoshop game was strong, bro. Like
it was.
Yeah. So I'm just like, hey, like fucking dude was fucking. On the Photoshop game.
Okay.
So I was like, hey, respect it. That's pretty much it, bro. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, well, you have said that you're not a Twitter person. You have your Twitter on Do Not Disturb. So. But yeah, cool. Indie DAO.
Also not a video guy. I can only see.
Yeah, not a video guy either. Has yet to pull up to record the pod with his camera on. So
I'm 15 too. So by the way,
he's 15. Yeah. So all right, let me. Do y'all think Trizy is 15 or no?
I think he's 39.
I don't know.
Okay, so here's why I think he's 15. First of all, I was in
15 or 15.
15. Like actually 15, and maybe even that photo that he posted was actually real.
Okay, sure.
I'm in a DAO that I will not name that I was added to for whatever reason, which is full of like
sweepers.
No. This is like never mind. Not gonna go into detail on the DAO. Full of like these younger like flipper type kids, which I was at one point, but like younger kids, like you can tell by the way they talk, they act, the projects that they go after and flip, whatever. So I've watched Trizy's like DM interactions with people that he's not trying to get a dead god from, and then also the thread that he posted when he undeleted his Twitter to say, hey, this is why I sold my dead god. It's because I'm a badass trader and I'm gonna make a milli. The language in that thread and the way that he kind of explained and executed it screamed 15 years old to me. So I think there's a possibility he's actually 15. Happy to be proven wrong, but he to me just seems like a dumbass kid who bald memed gift his way into a dead god. And then it kind of got to his head because, like I said, he threw influencer in his Twitter bio the second he got gifted a free dead god. And I think
he did influence some folks. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it might have went to his head a little bit.
He is a legitimate influencer.
Yeah. I'm not arguing with that, but I think he maybe thought like, I'm going to turn this $18,000 into $1 million. And so that's why, like I posted earlier,
shit's going to zero.
Most likely, if I had to, if I was a betting man, and I am, going to zero. But if Trizy pulls up, in 3 weeks and is like, yo, I took that $18,000 and I like flipped the shit out of it. I made some sick calls. Like I bought my mom a crib. Like I got 10 dead gods now. I'm gonna be like, all right, that's kind of fucking cool. But the more likely scenario is that he takes the money, he fucking sends it all to zero, and I'm like, all right, well, you're just.
All right.
Well, my favorite part about it was when he said, like, yeah, I'm gonna cut it up like a pie. I'm gonna put half of it in stocks, some in NFTs.
No, 25 in stocks, 25 in NFTs, 50% to just start his own business.
50% in experimenting with drop shipping on Amazon. And that's where I was like, all right, this is going straight to zero.
Another point. Okay, you just wrote a thread on how you couldn't handle the pressure of holding a free JPEG that you got sent, that all you had to do was just have a good time with. You couldn't handle that pressure. But you're going to take $9,000 of this $18,000 sale and you're going to start your own business with it and be successful. But you couldn't handle the pressure of holding a free JPEG.
All right. Yeah. So, all right, just for mathematical purposes, right? Like after taxes, this shit was like what 15 bands.
After taxes, after the
after the royalties and shit.
You know what's funny? If he is 15, he's a dependent, and so like his mom probably has to pay the tax bill on his.
Well, no, I mean like not talking about federal taxes. I'm talking. Yeah, I'm not talking about federal taxes, bro. I'm talking about just like literally the fucking cost of transacting. But anyway,
the DeGod's account just posted a NFT NYC announcement. We've got the inaugural event. Inaugural event Thursday, June 23rd. 8 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. in Hudson Yards, and
that was on my list of shit to talk about, and I was just gonna drop all the details that we'd heard because I was tired of them not announcing it. So let's go.
All right, yo. So
I've been trying to figure out my schedule on getting there. So
before we get
flying
to this,
in Wednesday afternoon, flying out on Sunday, but Wednesday night and Thursday night are the Magic Eden Yacht Party and the DeGod's holders only event, and then we're just chilling until Sunday because why not?
All right, so before we get into like this whole NFT NYC thing, so really what I think when it comes down to Trizy, I know like some people are hurt or whatever, for fucking donating or whatever, and then homie being like, hey, yeah, like I'm gonna go fucking, Amazon stock split this week or whatever. So besides that, bro, like I think that arguably, bro, like that was just Trizy himself. Like, yeah, he paper handed his shit. Yeah, he got his fucking tombstone, you know what I mean? Like on the, right next to Minoj.
Yo, can we talk about how Batman stole that? Just straight up.
Stole what?
You made that, right? That Trizy headstone?
Oh, like from the map?
Yeah.
Yeah, I made it on my phone, yeah.
Yeah, that was you. And you posted it under the thing. Like everybody fucking saw it. And then Batman pulls up and posts a tweet, saw this on Twitter, and post the shit that like you clearly fucking created. It gives you no credit or nothing.
I don't give a fuck, bro.
I do. That guy's a fucking.
I mean, I think what he's saying is, I think he's being literal. I think he said he saw it on Twitter and then posted it.
Yeah,
right.
Bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. And that's the thing. It's about fucking. Yeah, it's like the way I think about it, like, bro, like.
I heard that, and then I'm like, I went and re-looked at his thing, and I'm like,
Yeah, bro. Like,
imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. They say.
I think he was trying to footnote.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's whatever, bro. Like I don't give a fuck, bro. Memes, bro, they circulate, bro. I don't give a fuck. But but what I was gonna say though about fucking Trizy, bro, like, I think, bro, that has to be in my mind, bro, all the shit that I fucking seen on Solana or Discord or wherever, that has to be the best fucking Discord grind of all fucking time.
Absolutely.
Because
bro.
Yeah, bro, because homie, because that's the thing, I seen him. I was in the fucking Demortals chat with him and the Neanderthal just coming in there. Bro, he's a fucking mod. He's fucking living in there, bro. Like rent free, literally just there every fucking day, every hour. Like fucking, it was like how people fucking like will be streaming on the internet. They'll have like 24-hour stream. Homie was 24-hour running the fucking Demortals chat, the peasant chat.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, that's the thing. Eventually, yeah, and then eventually what happens? Homie ends up getting a fucking dead god. The things that you see people on Twitter talking about, like, man, like, I'm grinding, I'm trying to get there. And it's like, yo, like he literally went through the back. He didn't even go through the back door. He grinded his way through
how long was he around
social
for?
Interaction.
2
Fucking
weeks,
at least
3
in
weeks?
April. No, it was at least in April. Yeah,
okay.
It was at least in April. And here we are, it's almost June.
So he's making like 15K a week or a month, I mean. Just finessing
exactly.
NFT
that was
communities.
The best NFT.
Well, he will inevitably retain forever the highest percentage return on a DeGod.
Yeah.
Yes.
No one got one for free.
Literally.
No one.
Carry the one.
You might not be right because let's say, okay, actually, you know what? I might hold that. I minted a DeGod.
Okay.
He got burned for 26 Sol because I got a tattoo, and I bought 4 more DeGods, and I've not sold those 4. Plus, they've been earning me dust. That's where he fucked up. If he had not just floored this thing, and I know that he was blowing all his dust on raffles too, because he tweeted about it all the time. If he'd not floored it, if he'd saved up all his dust, or like, you know, sure, all right, if you're 15, bro, you're getting, you know, $90 a day as an allowance in this dust.
As a
15-year-old, bro. Fucking A. I got like 25 from my parents a week for
but that's like that fucking
chores and shit. Yeah.
But that's like that fucking what's that thing?
But then on top of that too, he like is a known member of the community. He can make connections. If he wanted to, he could fucking like
fucked that up.
Build something, maybe launch his own project. Like that, and that's another reason why I think that he might actually be 15, because the vision, it was so fucking short-sighted to just floor the ever-living shit out of your DeGod.
Well, that
he floored it for like 25 under floor, too,
dude. But I feel hilarious. Like just the idea of him just being like fucking 15, bro. Like I mean, me personally, bro. Like, where's the fucking school ID, bro? I don't fucking believe that shit.
One other reason I think that he said that is because on the thread that he posted, he said, I know I doxed and like people have seen my picture, and I don't give a fuck if you want to pull up. Like, that's a very 15-year-old thing to say.
Not necessarily. But
I'm gonna recant my 39-year-old basement.
Well, I feel like like you could say like like that's 15-year-olds, but bro, in all reality, how many fucking idiots do you know in real life that are fucking the same age as you, who have dog shit logic, who literally like, you know, you get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like in all reality, and not even just having dog shit logic. It's one thing to have dog shit logic, but it's another thing to have dog shit logic and then actually be able to communicate that dog shit logic through text. So
did you see Doombot's thread?
Oh,
that was like reenacting the Trizy thread, but sophisticated. Dude, he's the thread goat, bro. Oh, I'll send it to you.
That's the best thread I've ever fucking
he's
read.
So fucking good.
He is the most underrated guy in DeGod.
Facts.
He needs all the followers,
bro. That's why
I want Russian DeGod just because.
Yeah, bro. That's why I shouted him out, bro. Like whenever I did my my fucking Instagram bio, bro, on fucking DeGod's Instagram, I was like, yeah, like fucking shout out to fucking Doom, bro. I knew it, bro. Like he's a fucking genius, bro. Shout out to the Jewish homies.
Also, like, so obviously, like, you know, he's kind of set this precedent or created this trend now where like we as a community are fucking chads. We're nice dudes. We're generous. Like, granted, we get this dust for free, which is why I don't mind giving some of it away. I'm walleting people dust for every single beer I see drank on my timeline. Like, I don't give a shit, dude. But I think it's set this precedent now. They're like, oh, if I really, you know, grind my heart out and impress some DeGods holders, there's a chance that I can maybe, you know, get some donations, blah, blah, blah. So this guy, I posted, there still might be, because here's the thing. I'm not giving out dust anymore unless you do something to prove that you deserve that dust. I posted a tweet the other day that just said shower beers. That's it. That's the tweet. And this guy replied under it and was like, something about like, yo, I'm in Vermont yurting, but I want to chug a beer. Actually, I got an outdoor shower. I'll drink 33.3 beers. Will you send me dust? I was like, of course, dude. If you drink 33.3 beers on video in an outdoor shower, of course I'll fucking send you dust. So I love that we have created now this, at least for me personally, like this meta where you can do cool shit on Twitter and people are going to send you dust, maybe. But this guy literally sent me like the beginning and the end of this video of him drinking. It wasn't beers, fine. It was twisted teas, which almost maybe more.
That's better.
33.3.
That's not meta. That's deatha.
It's like I think I could drink 30 beers before I could drink 30 tweets, just because the pure amount of like sugar in those.
I mean, that would take all day.
We'll see when he drops the video thread tomorrow. But I saw the beginning and I saw the end, counting the empties, and I have faith that he can do it. He's also like kind of yoked.
Are you gonna send for that?
I haven't decided yet.
That's worth like a lot more than you're probably gonna send.
I'll probably send like 33 dust.
Yeah,
I'll send some too.
Like usually I send like my average rate for a shoei or even just chugging a beer on my timeline is 3.33 dust. Like I throw that shit out like it's candy, bro. I don't even know how to take anything out of my Hey Wallet account. All I know how to do is send dust to it.
I think that's the genius of Hey Wallet.
Right.
And if you send it to somebody who like might not even know they got it or know what it is, I think Hey Wallet just owns it after like 30 days.
Right.
Maybe
they have the genius. They have the seed phrase and the private key to your wallet. But yeah, like I think
Venmo that they can keep anything that's not,
I think there was a point where I was shown the seed phrase and I just didn't write it down because I was like, this isn't real. Like I'm getting sent dust on Twitter by core team members. And now I just have this wallet that's dedicated to giveaways. But anyways, small diatribe. But I like that we've created this meta where like you can do cool shit on Twitter. And there's a good chance that like some DeGods holders will send you dust. Like that Nigerian Mamba guy that's been grinding Duppy's Discord since it opened, that printed out all the stickers with the QR codes and shit and like post them in clubs and everything.
Yeah, I seen that. Yo,
that dude made enough dust to mint a Duppy in like 3 days. Just from going on Twitter and posting cool shit. And people, if awesome. you get 10, 20 DeGods members to send you anywhere between 3.33 and 10 dust, like you're fucking caking, dude. And it's easy. And I love that. So if there's any bright side to the whole Trizy thing, it's that like, it just shows that we as a community are generous, are fucking chill. Like I haven't really seen that many people mad. I feel like most of the people mad about the whole thing on Twitter probably didn't even send him money. You know what I mean? Because like I sent him money. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I sent him and I didn't give a shit either. Yeah, it's kind of like whatever, because it's charity, bro. It's kind of like literally in,
you're never gonna see that dust again anyways. Who cares?
Yeah, facts. This, it reminds me, I was reading about this shit. It reminds me when I was taking this philosophy class, we learned about this guy. His name was Immanuel Kant, right? This fucking super fucking OG philosopher
history
dude.
Lessons from a chapter,
right? So so for Immanuel Kant, right, like his big thing like that he's known for about talking about is or one of the things, it's about your intent. So like for example, if let's say my girl fucking goes over your house, JB was like, I'm about to make JB like a bunch of food and shit, like while he's at work, I know that he likes this or whatever, and ends up fucking burning your house down, right? And you come home and you're like, oh shit, bro, like the fuck,
Yeah.
When it comes down to who's right or wrong, like is she wrong for like coming over and like burning your house down and shit like that? In Immanuel Kant's eyes, no, she's not, because the only thing that matters when it comes to right or wrong is your intent. Like if she came over intentionally to do something good, then that's the only thing that matters.
Sure.
It's not,
I agree with that.
And that's the way I think about, like, for example, let's say fucking donating to some fucking, kid who grinded, he grinded, and we're just like, yo, like I read that fucking 23-part thread that was like, yeah, he's in college, taking college classes and all sorts of shit. And it validated it. I was like, yo, like, it feels good, bro. I'm glad homie is, we set him up for that. And then homie's just like, yeah, bro, like, rug. But,
my argument there is like I don't think his intent was good.
Well, I'm not talking about his intent. I'm talking about my intent. That's why I'm not mad. Like our intent
I don't think anybody
contributors.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. For the people who are mad, like, oh yeah, he rugged all stuff. Did he rug, bro? He rugged, but for us as people who donated, it's like, bro, like,
let me put it this way. I sent him
6 points. No obligation. He made a poor decision, but he was under no obligation.
Like I said this on Twitter too.
I feel that.
If he comes back with $100,000 and is like, guys, look what I fucking did with that money from the dead god, I'll be like, damn, sick, dude. But the better odds are like he doesn't. But
no,
also like
he won't.
I'll give you 500 to 1 that doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, facts. I was gonna say we should. Yeah, we can all bet on that whenever his return comes.
Yeah, and honestly, the way I look at it, I sent him 6.9 dust, 0.69 soul. That's not a math guy, but like maybe $30, and I had easily 3 hours of entertainment the other night, and then more hours today from this whole thing. So like money well spent for me, man.
Hey, shout out to everybody who's out there writing threads, bro. I read all of them. I'm still reading all of them.
Hell yeah, dude. And I'm still chucking out dust like it's my fucking job on Twitter. So never a dull moment, that's for sure. And to the people to the other side who are the ones on Twitter, like, I saw a shockingly aggressive, I thought, take from George, who we've actually had on the show, about like, why are you guys bullying this kid? Like, teen suicide is a real thing. First of all, the whole teen suicide thing was like out of left field. I feel like I didn't see anyone bullying him personally. I didn't spend that much time like on the threads. I was more like in group chats and shit. Like, can you guys believe this? This is fucking hilarious. But I do think there is something to be said for, if this kid is 15 and he just did what he did, I think there's something to be said for being held accountable for, like, you were gifted this thing by this community, which I've been given a lot of free NFTs. I've never Trizy'd a single one of them. Some of them like literally are fucking worth zero now, but it doesn't matter. Like, to me, like, somebody gifted me that, I'm gonna hold on to it. I think there's something to be said for like being held accountable for not necessarily like letting a community down, maybe depending on how you look about it, not lying to a community, but it's like there was most certainly some kind of unwritten, hey, a lot of us pitched in and rallied to get you this very, very expensive, let's say it was like a car, and then you turn around, you know, a week later and they're like, hey guys, I sold the car, like, trust me, I'm gonna do good shit with the money. Like,
so like the way he
I totally
represented
think
himself,
he believes to be, like, kind of fucking roasted a little bit, dude. I don't care how old you are.
Well,
the way he represented himself was, I want to be a part of this community badly.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, I want to make $18,000 badly,
right,
or whatever.
Right.
And that's what he ended up doing. So that's just fucked. And I don't know. I mean, people bullying him, maybe he should just delete his Twitter. I mean, like he did in the first place. Turn your computer off.
For sure. DMs with him and Patty, like him DMing Patty and being like, just like, don't talk to me anymore. Like, I'm sorry if you guys don't want me there anymore. And he's like, all I want to do is like build something, but now like it's hard when nobody wants you. It's like, dude, if you wanted to build something, you had all the tools to build something. You had somewhat of a following. You had like kind of a reputation for yourself. You had a fucking dead god. Like, if you really just wanted to like build something meaningful, you're an idiot for doing what you did, which is another reason why I think he's actually 50.
And you know, another thing I think about, like, I didn't see like all the shit people saying like, oh, like, stop bullying him or whatever, all that shit, bro. I feel like when it comes down to like holding people accountable, or like, I feel like me being responsible enough to hold somebody else accountable doesn't make me responsible for their emotional reaction to being held accountable. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, in all reality, like, bro,
if
like,
you do something bad and then you get upset and feel bad when you get called out or caught for doing that thing, that's on you. As someone who was a shithead of a kid.
15.
Say it again.
He's 15.
If he's 15, allegedly.
I think he's 15.
All of these actions just show he's a child.
I think he's 15, dude. I really think.
All right, so we're gonna write it off and say he's 15.
It's also more fun if he's 15, I think.
Balloon guy.
Totally agree.
Balloon guy was like 16, right? Was it Balloon guy 16?
Maybe.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, bro. It's us against the teenagers, bro.
Dude, agreed. Teenagers.
They are very good at.
They out here. They're working. They are working.
They scare the shit out of me sometimes, to be honest. All right. Speaking of the teenagers and the kids, let's should we talk Duppies for a second?
Sure.
Bro, you guys don't want to talk about fucking NFT NYC yet, or we can get there. Talk Duppies first. Okay.
I'm going through like the main like DeGod stuff, and then we'll get to the more niche stuff like Mickey's.
Yeah, because all this stuff is actually getting released
bromance,
like live right now, so it's all good.
Oh wait, what?
Yes, okay. Bro. They released a form. They released if you're planning to go. Yeah, bro, in the doubt, bro. All this shit's going on live, bro. I'll recap.
We're gonna get
right now.
It's gonna be full before we end this episode.
No.
Okay, so for one. Go
ahead.
So like Slate said, DeGod's officially announced the inaugural event at NFT NYC. It's Thursday, June 23rd, 2022, from 8 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. at Hudson Yards, Manhattan. It's a holders only party. Allegedly there's like tattoos and shit that's being given out. I don't know what's going on, but Taylor, he just posted a form in the DAO. It says, if you're planning to be in NYC on June 23rd,
it's
closed. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm just announcing this shit because all this shit's gonna probably be live like once this fucking show airs.
Yeah.
So yeah, check the down for details.
Fill out this form. Gives our event planner a better idea. I need
submission.
I need a +2 for this form, by the way. So
this is all alpha.
What's that mean?
+2 holders? Because it says holders only.
I have 8 dead guys. So does that mean I have +7?
Yeah,
you'll have to give in custody to someone else.
Well, one is my wife, and the other one is her like dime piece of a friend. So is anyone gonna fight me on that?
Oh shit!
Yeah, I will, bro. Holders only. I don't give a fuck.
Slate said, "Nah, no hoes at the party, man. Boys only."
Oh man,
he's scaring the bitches.
All right, scaring the hoes, bro. Okay. Yes, so we're gonna fill out this form. I'm trying to multitask, and
that's gonna be great.
I'm very excited. I'm glad.
And then Wednesday is it Magic Eden or what?
Magic Eden. Okay, yeah. So
and then Thursday
give us the details.
That's going to be announced soon as well. So I am in, and this is going to be alpha. And you know what? I don't fucking care, dude.
Okay, but yeah, I was gonna say we're here now. June's tomorrow.
Yes, June is tomorrow. Yeah, so happening in June, Magic Eden Yacht Party. It's a 4-story yacht, including the sky deck. In the Discord that the planning is involved in, I might leak the shirt. The DGen Yacht. No, I won't do that because that's. But it's sick. So I'll read off some of the tentative sponsors. Again, none of this is like official. None of this is announced yet. But this is who is on the back of the shirt right now. And I'm only going to read the Solana ones because there's some ETH ones I don't recognize. DeGods, center, fat logo on the back of the shirt. Trippin' Ape Tribe, DGen Ape Academy, Famous Fox Fed, Stoned Apes, Grim Syndicate, and Soul Gods, aka the Fracture. There's a map of the boat that shows where each section is. So Trippin' Ape Tribe has the sky deck, has the roof of the boat. So I think they're like,
damn, bro, you got fucking all the alpha. Oh shit!
With that floor price?
What? With that floor price?
With that floor price?
Hey, but their roadmap is IRL events. So this is executing on the roadmap for them. They have the sky deck. They have the biggest square on the entire boat. That's Trippin' Ape Tribe section. So,
oh my god,
I'm still holding an ape. I ain't paper handing that shit. Third floor, there's 2 ETH projects. I think Kaiju Kings and Champs GFC. I don't know what that is. And then there's DeGods, nice fat VIP section. And then next to us is Boogles and Community 3. So we might run into Jords. Lots of homies on the 3rd floor.
So if you have a bunch of those, you can just bounce around.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, because 2nd floor is Stoned Ape Crew, which I don't have. Soul Gods, which I'm hoping includes the new drop. DGen Apes and Famous Foxes, and DAA and Famous Fox are right next to each other. I have both of those, and I know people in both communities. So like,
I got Foxes.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a shoei on every level of this boat.
Yo,
basically.
But is that shit gonna be like fucking like? Is it gonna be like Matrika, bro? Where you gotta fucking like verify like to go into like different places?
I'm sure there will be some type of some type of ticket or verification. Like I've seen. In some of these other communities, like talk of who's coming. The Magic Eden boat is not announced yet, so I don't know what the official, move is going to be there. But 4-story yacht looks sick. It's all open bar. I'm 90% sure from what they sent us, like pricing wise. So it's going to be fire. I'm very excited.
Word. Yo, shout out to Tiff and Charfu.
Tiff and Charfu, and what's this girl's name? I forget. I hate when people have like regular names on like Telegram and Twitter, and then their Discord name is like not English. But anyways, yes, very excited for NFT NYC. Pulling up Wednesday afternoon, nightish. Yes, finally, dude. Literally, like we've been grinding this shit, dude. We've been trying to get plans set out here.
For
definitely
a minute.
We're still trying to do. We're gonna do like Billy in the Street style recording. I'm gonna be decked out in my Mickey DeGods merch. Me and Slate are gonna be on the streets with camera and a microphone, trying to interview people. At the actual event probably the event that I applied for media passes to and never got an answer.
What happened with that? For real?
I've applied twice, never got an answer. Don't really care. Whatever.
We need Mark to hook that up for us.
I was gonna say we'll borrow one of Mark's. Like, he doesn't want to go anyways. And then we're going to do a live DeGodCast recording, and
let's fucking go.
It'll probably be on Thursday at the DeGods event. Did they actually say what the event was going to be? Because we have alpha on that. If they didn't announce it,
no, they just fucking said Hudson Yards, and they retweeted the
club, right?
All right, so I'll preface this again by saying this has not been officially announced, so what we say could be wrong, but
it could be subject to change.
Has been talked about for, the better part of 2 months, I feel like, is having an entire art gallery space, whited out walls, everything, where we can basically set up our entire own activation, our entire own event, open bar, art, Dead Gods art, maybe like Duppy sneak peeks on the walls, like some kind of theme. Slate dropped some fire ass themes in the group chat that we have with Taylor and Finn today. But I think the idea is for it to be like an intimate DeGods only event. Definitely like music, dancing and shit, but not like a club in the sense where you go and you can't talk to anyone. Like a kind of full day thing. Like we do a live episode of the DeGodCast, in the afternoon, and then open bar opens up and there's a DJ and there's art everywhere and all kinds of shit. I was honestly more excited for the holder only event and what I had heard about that than I was for the yacht club thing. Like obviously, yacht parties sound sick, but like to me, like yachts are fun. Cannot argue with that. Mm-hmm. But my main goal in going to New York City has been to meet some of these people that I've spent the last 8 months now or so, on Twitter with, and like actually see them in real life, like hug them, fucking kiss them on the cheek, maybe on the lips if it's Slate or Jimmy. Like I'm trying to get real intimate with the homies, have a fucking good time. I ordered a new pair of shoes, so I'm not drinking out of dirty ass Nikes when I'm in New York City. Like I'm fired up.
Are you gonna have a specific shoei shoe that you're gonna bring with? Like
I'm only bringing one pair of shoes.
Okay, so you're gonna just do the shoei and put it back on your foot.
Yeah, dude. Of course.
Okay.
That's a professional shoe.
What the fuck?
I guess, man.
What am
I thought you were gonna bring an extra one and have your girl hold it in her bag or something.
Hell no, dude. Come on, bro. I'm not.
If there's it dries it faster. Actually, it's a pro move.
If there's one thing I'm not, it's a fucking pussy. I'm gonna drink a beer out of that shoe and I'm gonna slap it right back on my foot and I'm gonna go about my business. Or if things get real messy, I'll just go shoes off for the boys. If that's what has
New
to
York
happen,
City shoes off.
I know. I was just thinking
shoes
that
off
same
in
thing.
the art gallery on the yacht, like not the streets of New York. But
yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a limit to this shit. No, I got a fresh pair of shoes because I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, what pick the lesser of two evils. Do I bring like my Nikes that I wear pretty much every single day, and I drink beer out of those, knowing what those have been through, or do I just bite the bullet, order a brand new pair of shoes specifically for New York City, ready to be drank beer out of? Like, that's what I went with. So cool. Form scares me.
That's what I would do. It's definitely the most hygienic choice.
Yeah. God forbid I like rip a couple shoeies on the first night and like there's something weird in my shoe and like I'm sick or something.
Facts. I need that tetanus shot.
This isn't about duppies, Frank says. And then the tattoo station was discussed again, not official, not announced, but
who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Tattoo artist at the art gallery, ready to.
How many you got on that?
I think the list that Moon has is like 80 plus. I don't know if every single person will show up to NYC and NFT NYC, but I would expect a solid 24 tattoos done in the flesh. Like I'm trying to be there, live reporting, DeGodCast, mic in your face while you got a fucking needle in your leg or wherever it is that you're getting your tattoo at. So very excited. I
was sending Moon where I've known him IRL and we've been buddies for a while. and I was sending him photos. I was Googling the smallest tattoos in the world, and he was going, "Yeah, I think they could be smaller, Johnny. They could be smaller."
Have you seen Stranger Things?
Yeah.
You know, she has like the 11 tattoo, and it's like, you know, a fucking quarter of an inch. He should get his 33.3%.
Like your thinking nail.
Yeah,
exactly. It counts. It counts.
I'm excited. I'm gonna have to get on Finn and Taylor a little more about that now that we're talking about it, because that 100% like has to be a thing that happens, I think. But
yes.
Excited to see what some people do. Actually, that reminds me, I saw some guy today got a 33.3% tattoo on his own.
Big.
Yeah, big on the side of the side of the tricep, I guess. Do you call that? I
didn't see that shit.
But yeah, I gotta blow him up and retweet that because that's fire. But
yeah,
I'm excited.
And that looked like his only tattoo on that arm, so it wasn't like he's got a blasted arm and he was adding to it.
I love when I see that. When I see the NFT tattoos and it's like there's not another tattoo in sight. That was one of my favorite things about the Divine Dogs. Is like we had a guy tattoo a dog on his ass and then take a mirror selfie, and it was like no other tattoos in sight on his whole body. And then we had actually another fucking guy put one on his arm, and then I think like I don't know, Great Goats a couple weeks later, like maybe 3 weeks later, I saw on Twitter this video circulating of this guy getting a Great Goats tattoo for whitelist, and you look like 6 inches higher up on his arm, and it's a fucking Divine Dogs tattoo.
Oh my god!
Yo, people out here grinding, bro. That's that Aussie meta.
That's the Aussie move, dude. And honestly, like
or Aussie, yeah, there you go.
The fucking
correction
tattoo, yeah. The only reason I'm saying that is because I got corrected hard after we had him on the show and we called him Aussie the entire time.
Yeah, Aussie.
They were rolling over in their graves, but honestly, what's a tattoo in here and there? Like the whitelist pays for itself. Sometimes,
yeah, facts, bro. Exactly. Get the WL, bro. Like by any means necessary.
Oh my god. All right, cool. Wow, that's very exciting. That was definitely on my list of shit to talk about, but I was gonna save it for the end of the episode. But sweet. NFT NYC official. Mickey DeGod's merch, if you still want to order, closes tomorrow, will be to you by NFT NYC if you need merch to rock there. DeGod's merch is like 5 to 6 weeks out, so that's gonna miss the boat. Literally.
Shout out Rippity for making it.
Shout out fucking Rip.
Yeah, shout out Rip to you.
Unreal. Month and a half of coordination in the Mickey walk-in to get that going. Like, dude has heard every single.
A lot of cooks in the kitchen.
Yes, every single cook has their dick in the fry oil, and Rippity is just sorting through them and pulling out the best recommendations.
He is so calm that he responds to everybody. He never tells
even on the merch drop, dude.
When there's plenty of bad ideas.
Even on the merch drop, everyone in the walk-in, why do none of the shirts have XLs? He's like, hey, it's all good. I'm on a run. I'll fix it in 15 minutes. Boom, done. Every shirt has XL. Like, absolute gangster. If you want to pay in crypto, DM him. He'll let you pay in crypto. I paid in USDC today. Like,
a cucumber.
Unreal. Very excited for that. I think we're gonna get Bean and kind of Fungi hit me up today to give us a little extra shit for when we do the live show, so we can have like we're gonna have like a t-shirt cannon, and when I say that, it's gonna be my arm just throwing shirts into the audience when we do the live show. But when they told me that they wanted to give us Mickey merch for the live show, I looked up t-shirt cannons, and they're way more expensive than I thought they would be. So, but yeah, well, oh man, it's gonna be fun. Shit. All right, let's talk Mickeys. Let's talk sub communities, all that shit. Because I feel like that's a big part of your why people recognize you as a community member. Like, you do the Mickey's videos, you and Akeem. My first question, and something that has eluded me and just blown my mind from day one, is how the fuck do you get away with recording inside of an actual McDonald's all of these videos?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So our buddy owns a bunch of them.
Nice.
And
grown man
he
shit.
has nothing to do with NFTs, and he's super hesitant when we walk in. I'm like, hey, can we shoot just a couple fun videos at your store? And he's like, what are you talking about, man? And I'm like, oh, it'll be just great. Just meet us there at noon, and it'll be cool. I won't get any of your, no employees' faces will be in there, whatever. And then we walk in, and shooting a video. Yeah, and he's the best, by the way. But he's standing there and he's like, you know, we're showing up. We got wigs and shit on, and things that he has no idea. I mean, out of context, it's total insanity. Even in context, it's borderline nuts. So he lets us in. So I hope he will continue to. We shall see.
Shout out to him.
But yeah, it's been an absolute.
We might have to kick
blast.
back like a % of the Mickey merch to him or something. Like,
yeah,
just give him a little.
I've been telling him. I mean, I keep telling him, you should buy these. I mean, you know, Akeem sent me. I'm like, hey, I'm going on the show today. He's like, well, make sure you show him, you know, this text you sent me. I mean, that was my text that I sent him.
What's the date on that? Alpha Art
came out.
Buy these.
Yeah, Monday, October 11th.
Oh yeah,
I said buy these.
Was that like 3 days after mint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are they? I'm like, dude, buy Solana, get a Phantom wallet.
Yeah.
And he had some Solana, but didn't have a Phantom wallet. So then I had to go through the training wheels on that. And then he just started going to town. But yeah, that's how we get in and shoot those videos. We'll see if we can keep doing them. But yeah, they've been a lot of fun for sure. For sure.
So did you mint your Mickeys? Like, what is it that made you?
I bought it.
Okay, you bought your Mickeys?
I bought it
because of.
I tried to mint. Yeah, so I loved mullets. I loved that Mickeys. I was staring at the Mickeys. I saw that Bean and Fungi had like started like a Mickey to God's Twitter.
Yeah, okay.
And I had already loved the Mickeys. Like I loved the Mickey's DAA. You know, their McDonald's version, and I'm looking at that thing and I'm noticing like Mickey's are trading, you know, this is when stuff I think I'll have to look back. I think I paid 5 SOL for it. Yeah. But you know, this was after the dip. So things ripped, you know, it's like 12, 13. Yeah. Hot stuff's trading at like 25. Some things would trade at 40 maybe. You know, high ranks, and then they dipped. And I'm like, man, those guys started coming out with the Mickeys Twitter, and I'm going, God, 1, I love these Mickeys. 2, these guys have started like a full-on sub-community, and I can make some hilarious videos out of these, and I like making dumb videos. And I'm sitting there thinking of all kinds of stupid ideas, and I didn't even talk to them, and I made some videos. I'm like, hey, man, I'm going to make some videos and send them to you if you want to post them. And they're like, you know, absolutely. What can we do to help? Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that's how I got into the Mickeys. So I actually tried to mint DeGods. So I'm buddies with Word, and I'm buddies with DJ Chris Devine and IRL. And we're all sitting on there, and we're all trying to mint. And leading up to it, it's going to be, you know, a blown up mint. And I'm going, all right, guys, here's the deal. Whoever mints, like, you know, we can split these or whatever. And they're like, absolutely. Yeah. And Divine was the only one who minted, and he minted God 10,000, the final DeGod.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we still have it. DeGod 10,000.
Oh, that's so cool. I always wondered where that shit was.
Yeah, no, it's like, it was kind of, I mean, when I tell you we went hog fucking wild, we went hog fucking wild. I mean, it was the final, he got it. We're, you know, going bananas. And then we all just started going to town buying our own. And then after a little bit, we all bought a bunch, and we're all going, man, we should buy some ranks. And I'm like, yeah, I would, but I've kind of gone to town here and there, so let's just pull them. I'm like, great, done. And so we all were on this chat with a couple other buddies and who aren't involved, and they were a little lagged, so they didn't jump in with us. But so we bought a bunch of ranks together. It's been a lot of fun. So
yeah, you guys co-own a farm for sure.
Yeah,
a lot of mythics in there.
Indeed,
probably not going to be sold, so you won't have to figure out how that works.
Circulation.
Yeah. Me and Akeem, we bought. So Akeem starts going to town, and he's not involved in that little subset. And Akeem started buying a bunch, and we were trying to buy. Look at it. We were trying to buy.
Let me pull up rarity.degods.com. Hold on.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
10,000 is the blue skin with an afro and an eye patch and a diamond necklace. Probably looks kind of hard as a dead god, although I don't necessarily. The Godfro scares me a little bit. It's not my style.
I love the Godfro Dead, by the way.
Yeah, I do too. That shit fucking slaps.
I think it's
a little gruesome.
I think that turned out really well because they kind of kept it in the artistic kind of line, didn't change it because that's such a statement too.
Yeah, with other traits, like it, I feel like it just hits different with different traits. Like I feel like it's the combinations like that make it really just fucking hard as fuck.
Totally.
I wonder if when they relaunch the Soul Chain, if everyone else with like a diamond necklace is gonna be like, damn, why doesn't my necklace shine anymore?
Yeah, well, they didn't have JB hustling on getting it to be
fucking
done,
right,
so.
and they weren't mythic either.
Word.
Exactly.
Get right or get gone.
But Akeem was like, hey, we should buy that Soul Chain Medusa was for sale.
Oh.
And we were trying to, he's like, hey, do you want to go in on it with me? And he's DMing with the owner, and we were 200 bid for it. And then Akeem talks to him, and then I don't know what he was, 300 or something. And then they talk each other into like a 233.3 for culture price.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, I think that's how it happens. That's how it just got straight lifted. Somebody else lifted it, and we missed it. And so then we went on to buy the Acid Medusa, but that would have been a hard one to buy. But the Acid Medusa is tough.
I gotta hit us with a quick interruption right here. I got into that NFT NYC form, and the last question is, do you plan to get a DeGod's tattoo? So I'd say we're probably in business for that.
It's open now. Will you be in New York?
I see
yes. Will you want a holder +1?
You can get multiple +1s. That one's for you, baby. I would like
multiple +1s.
You want a non-holder +1? Why would I want to? What's that mean?
My wife and her dime piece friend.
Oh, got it. I got it.
Which is exactly what I'm writing.
I didn't think about.
Do you drink alcohol? Yes. Is there a lots answer? Do you have dietary restrictions? No, I'm an adult.
So there is a.
I love this interruption, Slate, because
needed it.
They're getting very specific. They're getting a tattoo artist for this deal.
Yeah, it's happening for sure. Let's fucking go. Do you plan on getting a DeGod's? I check yes if it's going to be a Mickey tattoo, right? That was my de-oath, bro. I said
I remember
333.3 floor. I'd get a Mickey's tattoo, and Fox is going to design it.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's interesting that they don't have anywhere for you to like put who you are on here.
Well, but if you look at the top, it says it's not. This isn't official event registration. This is just like just to see what's up.
Hype check. Okay, what were we talking about?
We were just talking about buying DeGod's.
We're talking about Acid Medusa.
How do you how do you and Akeem know each other? You guys are like lifelong buddies.
Yeah, we met when I moved to Minneapolis in the year 2000, right after college. Akeem was like the first buddy I met here. I wasn't from here. He's not from here. My cousin knew him. They played golf together and were buddies. And he's like, hey, you got to meet this guy. And we've been best buddies since. We've been buddies for 22 years now. So fast friends. Our wives are best pals. Our kids are the same age.
What do your wives and kids think of all this?
Goals, bro.
I know Akeem's kids are like holders now. Like they have Twitters and shit.
Yeah. They bought their DeGod's with their whip.
No way.
They love it. Obviously, they love it. It's gone nothing but up for them.
Yeah.
So they're having a lot of fun.
His kids are 13 and 14 too, right? Damn.
Yeah.
Trizy, get your money right, bro. Damn.
You should sell it. And they're like, no, it's going to the moon. I'm like, I know, but what if you guys sold one, printed the cash, and then co-owned the next one, and they're brothers, so that would never work.
Yeah,
they would just, no, and they're both trying to do a holdout diamond hand.
Damn, bro. See, that's what I'm saying. Chapter before,
that's dope. Who's got the strongest hands?
Before we started recording, Chapter thought that Trizy was actually Patty's kid, and I was like, honestly, if he was, I wouldn't have fucking donated to get Patty's kid a DeGod. Like either Patty can buy his kid his own DeGod, or like his kid can grind and get one, bro. And that's how I feel. And that's like fucking that's Akeem's kids, bro. They both have fucking DeGods on their own dime. Like that's some gangster shit for 13 and 14-year-olds.
Indeed. But yeah, we've been friends forever, I mean, he was we've done a lot of business together. Never like worked together. We mine Bitcoin together now.
Yeah.
We got a big mining operation here in
That's
town.
fucking dope. That's fun.
Yeah, which has been fun. It's a hard business. Very commoditized.
Really?
You got to know what you're doing to win at it. We're doing pretty
Bitcoin?
well at it. Yeah, I mean, you gotta know how to buy. I mean, when you buy institutional size Bitcoin mining equipment, you're not just buying, a 180 terahash machine. You go buy 100 or 1,000, or
in a warehouse,
whatever.
To put them in.
You spend millions of dollars to put that to work. The guy on the other end of the line is usually a guy from China with a fake American name, and you're wiring him millions of dollars with a purchase order, and no tracking, and a tracking number in Chinese. And you're going, holy shit, this stuff better show up. And that's the name, that's the business.
It's like DHL and shit.
Yeah. And then how do you get power? Can you even lock down power? What are you paying for power? It's all about power price, right?
Sure, yeah.
So, and then difficulty rips. It's a tricky business. We're doing pretty well at it, but I definitely have massive respect for the guys that do it in size. And a lot of times, those guys are public company guys using other people's money, which is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
But I respect it. It's been fun though. We're clipping along at that.
Yeah.
And then we both have separate, we both done separate things professionally over the last, 20 some odd years. We've been
Whose
out of college,
PJ is that? Or do you guys use Wheels Up or something?
I would say the vast majority of my PJ rides have been courtesy of Akeem and a bunch of other buddies that we know quite well, which is great.
That's like you don't need a boat. You just need a friend with a boat. You don't need a PJ.
Yeah.
You just need a friend with a PJ.
I got boats, but those aren't nearly as expensive.
That's the rich person version of you don't need a boat. Is you don't need a PJ.
Yeah, there is nothing better than a friend with a boat.
Hell yeah.
Other people's boats, but I got those. Those are fun.
Hell yeah.
So
when boat, man.
Yeah, Slate, like terrible. Keem's been out of town, so
you guys are in the same state at least.
Minneapolis. Yeah. Absolutely.
I got family in Wisconsin, dude. I'll take a little trip over to Minnie. My first strip club experience was in wait, actually, is Appleton? No, that's Wisconsin.
Appleton's in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Classic. That was my first because we went
right next to Madison.
We went to a Twins game, I think, and we were trying to find a strip club. And I don't think the situation was there were none. I think it was the fact that I was not 21. And yeah, that's what it was. And the strip club like bouncer was like, yeah, you can't take these kids here, to my uncle. You can't take them here, but Appleton's like an hour and a half away. You can go there. And so my uncle drove us an hour and a half, and I went to my first strip club.
Cool.
It was great, man. Yeah. Oh, great guy. Damn, good shit. Speaking of boats, though, what was the first unofficial DeGod's yacht party like in Miami with Frank, Finn, Moon, Bell?
Yeah, that was a blast.
Break that down for me.
So, so we were down there. I went down there. I actually stayed at Moon's place in Miami. Went down for Bitcoin in the Solana Hacker House, and we bounced around all those events and went to a bunch of parties, Galaxy Party and all kinds of stuff, and then just bounced around Miami and went to both conferences, which were really cool. Solana Hacker House was very cool. It was obviously smaller, but ran into a number of people there, BS'd with Soul Big Brain and other folks
Nice.
around, NFT Marty and Poppy. And Slanaman and a couple of the DAA people, and we rented a boat the next day, and that Friday night, I had pinged Frank. I'm like, hey, are you coming to this thing? And he pinged me back. He's like, yep, I'll meet you at the Hacker House in a half hour. So he rolled in about 6:30, and we kind of got a corner table, me and Finn and him and a couple others and Chris Devine, and BS for like 3 hours, and literally just talked NFTs and DeGods and strategy, and and just being what I do for a living as a trader, and I owned a broker dealer for 17 years and 18 years. And so I was around, very good money managers and big, guys that manage billions of dollars in the hedge fund space. So I've been around guys that are sharp, and Frank is, Frank asks more questions than he tells you things, than he expresses. And he's a very sharp and intuitive guy. And I tell you what, I've been in crypto for a long time. I've been in crypto since, very beginning of 2017, and NFTs, more near term, but he understands the game very well, and he understands, how do you continue to create value, and what do people want? How can we do this? And he wants to hear their ideas, and then he wants to take those good ideas and expound upon them into his, and then make sure he integrates them. And he's a very good listener. And I was beyond impressed with the guy, and I'd tell you otherwise if that wasn't the case. But he's a sharp dude. We are lucky. I mean, we picked a very, very good pony here, and the way he's, basically drafted dust the way Bitcoin has, with halvings and whatnot. He's a big Bitcoin fan. That kind of structure will play to our benefit in a big way. I'm very bullish, and as a trader, I love the volatility. I don't mind that dust, has trades at a 90 vol. I don't give a shit. I actually like that. I mean, I want a double-edged sword. Up and to the right, to me, there's no opportunity to make money. That is when people get beat up, that's an opportunity to make dough. It's hard to do. It's hard to buy when you're scared. It's hard to sell when you're making money, right? The hardest thing to do, easiest thing to do is to buy something. The hardest thing to do is to sell something. And so, I'm not telling people that they should, think about that. I'm just saying, I've seen on these Twitter scenarios where people have 5 DeGods, and it's life-changing money. And it is. I mean, whatever the money, whatever your value is, it's life-changing money. And I'm sitting there going, well, why wouldn't they just lose one of those and hope they're dead fucking wrong? And the other 5, they own 6, and the other 5 rip. I get it if you have one, that's a different scenario. That's a harder scenario, but if you have a number, I always think, man, why wouldn't you trade it and hope you're dead fucking wrong, and then it rips?
Yep.
And otherwise you can always buy it back. And, do you have the balls to do that? That's hard. NFTs are hard. We're not talking about something with cash flow.
The second I sell something, actually, DeGods is the only project that I've sold and then bought it higher than I sold it. Actually, sorry.
And by the way, that is a very fine thing to do. I mean, that I always chuckle. I have sold plenty of names in equities where I'm like, fuck, that was stupid. And a month later, earnings comes out, they crush it. I buy it back.
Yeah.
I missed a 25%.
Harder to do in NFTs because it's you don't really know what's going on. But actually, sorry, that was a lie. DeGods was 1. Fucking Blocksmith Labs was 2. So the 2 main DeGods projects, and that I had 10 DeGods. I sold 1 into that initial pump into 10. I was like, oh my God, it's happening. Blah! Sold 1. And then
that was a pump, dude.
Yeah.
That was a triple.
And then
if you bought it.
It was, yeah. And then I sold the 1, and then I proceeded to buy fucking 4 more at 17, 25, 38, 44. So but yeah.
Yeah, no, that is a respectable trade in my book.
Especially
everybody
when
says
when it works out, it's fucking.
They took the bottom and sold the high is 110% full of shit.
Oh yeah,
so.
Yeah, no, couldn't be me. What is your background? How are you got into crypto in 2017? You're a big finance guy. You're one of the more knowledgeable, but also just kind of. You're a fucking adult. You know what you're doing. Most of us in crypto, I feel are kids. And when I say kids, I even mean I'm 29, Slate's fucking 40, 30. I mean, what,
31.
What is your background? And then
Slates
but like,
senior.
how did that actually get you into crypto? Because to me, that is interesting. I found about crypto as a kid, and I thought it was stupid. And I'm talking like kid, like Bitcoin was $9, and I was like, this is just fucking weird. But then now I'm like still in a position where, you know, I re-found out about crypto, if you will. But I feel like I'm young enough, and I you know, maybe degenerate enough, open-minded enough, where I still was able to grasp it and kind of go all in on it. I want to know how that worked out for you, because you're like the fucking wise man of Solana.
No, I'm not. I'm just another guy with a burner Twitter. But no, so I got out of college. I got a job trading stocks up here in Minneapolis, and I was working with my cousin, and he basically kind of had a little piece of a broker dealer, and we kind of caught. So he hired me on to help run his desk, and when I say run his desk, work on his desk under guys that knew what they were doing. Wall Street guys that were sharp, ex-Kidder Peabody guys that had been around. And at that time, this is the year 2000, there was basically the electronic trading revolution, where it was called being a SOS bandit. You could get put up if you were guaranteed a fill of 1,000 shares or less from market makers, and everything was trading electronic. And so day traders would have way more sophisticated software than your average hedge fund manager. Average hedge fund manager would pick up the phone and call Goldman, Deutsche Bank, Credit Suisse, whoever, and get a market, or they were using an Instinet machine, and those Instinet machines were antiquated. And day traders had this hot whiz bang software. And a broker dealer in Minneapolis sold a bunch of those partners, made a shitload of money. They were very good traders. A number of them, they left and started hedge funds. And we basically came in, put really whiz bang day trading software that we kind of customized into more institutional software on their desk. And we were part of a group that their entire business was day traders, and we were dealing with institutional guys, smaller hedge funds, and then we worked into larger hedge funds. And in 2003, their business went to shit, and our business was ramping. So my cousin and I left, and we went in on a broker dealer together. And I was 25, and we started a broker dealer, and kind of went from there. And it was bootstrapped, and I still work with two of the guys. My cousin's no longer involved in the business. We sold it in 2019 to a Swiss company. So now I've got a little bit of an earn out working for them. So it's been a fun ride. I mean, it's definitely, I would do this job if I could for the rest of my life. It's a very competitive business. You're competing against the smartest guys, the sharpest, wittiest guy on earth you ever met, who's got a math mind and knows what they're doing. And they work at sophisticated banks, and they've got teams around them to help them, and software and quants and things like that. So it's a phenomenal business. I've met a million neat people, and I feel lucky to have had some success in it. I'm by no means, the biggest hitter in this business whatsoever. But I was a nice little rung, and it's been fun working for myself. And my cousin and I did a bunch of other things. I mean, we've had a bunch of failures too. We've had some other successes, but a bunch of failures. So when the fracking boom happened out in North Dakota, we went out, and we had been LPs in a bunch of businesses where we were investing in oil companies that were doing horizontal fracking. We made some money doing that. And then my cousin was all about, he was like, hey, I'll go out there. I'll move out there. We'll figure out a business to be in. So we started buying trailers, like 2-person like shitty trailers. And we would buy those trailers from the Indian tribe. So after Katrina happened, the U.S. government ordered like 500,000 trailers for everybody in New Orleans. Well, those took 2 years to come. So New Orleans is sitting on 500,000 trailers, and everybody moved to Houston, right? So they're going, holy shit, what do we do? They gave them to the Indian res. And the Indian res is like, they got like 3 per person. And they're going, fuck, we'll blow these out. So we went out, we'd send a guy with cash. Shit. buy those, bring them back. We bought 50 acres and we started setting up man camps and renting these things. We were paying $3,500 for per chairs and renting them out for $750 a month, and they were sold out like fucking that. It was crazy. So it was a very good from a real estate perspective. I mean, and that's just cash on cash. It was crazy. So then that blew up a little bit. We started a water hauling business. That moved us into an oil hauling business, which still runs today. My cousin runs that. I've got a little piece of that. When we sold things, we kind of went separate ways because he's running that. And for him to take on the personal guarantee risk, it made sense for me to take a little step down in equity. And then we started an LNG business where we were buying like pure methane. We were taking that methane and then we would liquefy it and then we would sell that as like a diesel replacement. So we've done all kinds of shit. We fucked that up royally. Not really our fault, kind of market. So our competing product, which was diesel, halved, and our input, which was methane, doubled. It's called a Widowmaker. So we were just fucking tipped. But it was a fun run. I lost a shitload of money on that, which was a bummer. Lost a lot of money on that, but we managed through it the best we can, and we always try to be good custodians of people's money.
Jesus.
Bro,
you fucking done it all. Wow, good Lord.
Like, holy shit, bro.
Yeah.
Okay,
hey, how much of that, let me ask you this, how much of that do you think was like right place at the right time, or how much of that do you think was like, strict planning and knowing exactly what you were doing?
I would say it's a very, I think right time, right place with kind of, with a know-how to do something.
Sure. Being equipped
I had some
to
good conversations with right place, right time, with a basic understanding of whatever business you're trying to get into. The one thing I always kind of think about, I see all these, I've had some great conversation with Mickeys and other kids, some of the jits and, people talking about, and not specifically in that order or whatever, but, everybody talking and they're younger and they're in their 20s and whatnot. And they've worked at a job for 3 or 4 or 5 years and they actually kind of know what they're starting to learn about that. Well, whatever their realm is, whether it's real estate or finance or whatever. But I think, when I think about, what you should be doing is, if I were that age, I would figure out how to get a job with the best person that will hire you, learn as much as you can about them. And if you want to go do something on your own, be prepared to like make no money for 3 years and have a 3-year burn rate where you have the cash to like back that off and not make money so that you don't have to make a shitty decision and have to take a job you don't want to take.
People don't credit like working for free enough anymore, I feel like. I feel like there's a lot to be gained from, volunteering your time and showing that you have, what it takes or the skills to be somebody who should be getting paid well for what they're doing. I feel like DeGod's kind of capitalizes on that a lot. Like people want to work for DeGod's, obviously, and they're willing to kind of volunteer their time, show that they're willing to be a benefit to the community, be a benefit to the team, and then boom, next thing you know, you're noticed and you're fucking working for one of the best teams in NFTs. I feel like a lot
absolutely. And I think that goes, in the real world right now, well, it was easier to get a job. Now it's probably getting a little tougher. But yeah, people are grinding, and there is a ton of talent in the DeGod's world. I mean, dev-wise, and I mean, I talked to this kid, ZK Shark, and I told you guys should have him on your show. He is fucking smart.
I just started following him today, but I'm gonna fucking.
He's the guy who did the Mickey Steppen AMAs.
Oh, really? Okay.
And he's got a quant background, but like I run across guys like this in our community. There is that is one of the reasons why I continue. Like I love the horse shittery and the fun, but I get interesting ideas from from people in the community.
Almost like free value.
I literally, after that Steppen AMA, I ping him. I'm like, hey man, I need you to help me with Steppen. I've got a family of 5. I want to farm out.
You put the whole family on the farm, didn't you?
I want the family farming. I'm gonna. How can you help me? And he's like, yeah, blah blah blah. I'm like, boom. I sent him like $1,000 worth of a shit coin. He's like, I'm like, I just want you to know I'm serious. He's like, fucking A, dude. The most I've ever got from somebody was like $10. Yeah. I'm like, here's a G. Let's fucking go. And he is, by the way, that's paid in spades. He's a fucking hammer, quiet hammer. And you should have him on your show, by the way, to do a Steppen thing and whatever and talk about NFTs. But
you know how back in the day when like families would have 12 kids because 3 of them would die and 9 would work on the farm. Yeah. It's going to be the same with like Steppen and all this other shit. Steppen's not going to be the last app like this. I mean, dude. I'm like seeing
Spongy and Bean are farming out their old man.
Yeah. Dude, I've seen Crazy. Sleep to earn, tweet to earn, one other one. I feel like
there's a bang to earn, and I unfollowed it.
Sexton. Yeah, that one's a cash grab.
I was following it. I'm like, is this just like?
There's no way.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I seen the link and I was like,
they can make that happen.
No way this is real.
Heart rate monitor, like spikes in your heart rate, earn more coins, like.
Right.
Gotta live stream it.
Yeah. That's down some.
Jesus. Johnny, do you got a lot of questions from people on Twitter?
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah, let's.
Do you want to get into those?
Yeah, that was a funny post.
Holy shit, dude! There was a lot of engagement.
And by the way, we just got absolutely bombarded by the Brits.
Dude,
holy
shout
shit.
out to UK DeGods.
Love the Brits.
That is my new second favorite sub community. I'm not even fucking allowed in there, and they're my second favorites. Like I watched.
I know, I'm not allowed either. Word of the Moon's in there, and he's like, you know where I get the best alpha? I'm like, UK Brits. I'm like, dude, get me in there. I will identify as Brit. I do a not really bad British accent.
I'll do the whole fucking podcast in a British accent if that's what it takes, bruv.
Bro, exactly. I didn't even fucking know this was a thing, bro. I'm following them now. Oh shit.
Yeah. UK Brits, bro. They're low key, but like I know enough. Like our community manager, Brummy and Divine Dogs is like a big part of it. Like I know enough of them that I've heard about it. They're very low key, but like obviously, like it's not about an attribute. It's just a bunch of fucking British dudes. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so I'll rattle off a few. So like we had, well, we'll save that one for later. But the Hawaii DAO, how does it feel to see grassroots subs communities come to life and rally behind it? An attribute, is this something you think Frank DeGods and the crew thought about? I personally, I don't think. I mean, when you're making a NFT issuance, there's obviously going to be, attribute deals, but I don't know if am I wrong?
So the only thing I could think of is like, obviously you mentioned it earlier, McDegens, right? The DAA Mickey attribute that maybe was the origin or the inspiration for the McDegods attributes, but I really don't think, and I've never seen prior to DeGods the amount of sub-communities that have popped out of these traits, like Hawaii DAO, the goats, the apes, the fucking Russians, like Brits is something totally different. The Boy Scouts.
With the Boy Scouts, the Soul Chain Gang,
I really think, the Medusa. And I'll go out on a limb and I'll say Mickey DeGods paved the way or was the inspiration for these other ones. But I do.
They had a Discord. I mean, when Fungi and Bean made a Discord, I'm pinging word. Yeah. I'm pinging a team. I'm like, auto buy these. Like, buy them, pay up, and buy a fucking cool one. Literally, because one, they're already cool, but buy a cool one.
One of the smartest things that they did, which I feel like is not talked about enough, is the Mickey DeGods Discord, not the official DeGods Discord, became the incubator for new sub-communities. Oh, you have a Twitter group chat. You've got 15 buddies with the same attribute that want to make their own sub community. Come in here. We have Matrica set up.
Sid with the ballers.
Apply. You can create your own. We'll give you your entire channel lineup, all tailored to your specific sub community. that right there is like groundbreaking.
Bro, I can't believe I missed
feel like
all
that,
of this.
First, it was Mickey's, obviously. I want to say the next one was Goats. Like that to me is the
pardon me, not ballers, Goats.
And then literally from there, it was like, okay, anything, bro. Hawaii DAO, I just found out about days ago, traded my way into a fucking Hawaiian shirt.
Rad.
Yeah, we're getting Hawaiian shirts, bro. I'm a big Hawaiian shirt guy. Hawaiian Shirt Friday. How you doing? I fucking invented that shit.
Totally. I'm looking at my that's Dusty. What's it? Dusty Fusky.
Yeah, Dusty something.
He's this guy. He's done a nice job. It's fun, and they're gonna come out with like some badass merch. Like really,
the Goats have their own merch, dude. Like
I'm buyer of merch, and just put some thought
and there's
into
pressure
it,
too. Like Mickey DeGodCast, like not only did they kind of I think originate the sub community, but they also put the pressure on the rest of them to create value to their holders. Like DeGoats.
Yes, we're also helping them, which I think is cool, right? If you need help with a sub, we'll set you up, which I love.
And
so those guys are
whatever. But like DeGoats have their own merch. Hawaii DAO has their own merch. Apes like Morningstar, who runs the Ape Discord, like he's been working on his own NFT project similar to Mickey DAO has. Like I love to see it. I'm a sub sucker, dude. Like most of my trades revolve around me trying to get into some kind of sub community.
Yo, so speaking of Hawaiian Shirt Fridays, I saw another question on here that Shago asked from Johnny's thread, and it says, when will JB quit his day job? Under what circumstances? And how can we all help accelerate that timeline?
That's a good question, and that's actually something.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've heard this before. People have asked me like, yeah, like when's fucking JB gonna fucking?
So here's the thing, and this is something that like I've actually obviously given thought to, and that I've talked to my wife about. Like, my job is very conducive to being in NFTs because it's incredibly relaxed. I work for the government. The expectations are very low, and I personally, before I discovered NFTs, like I am a fucking efficient son of a bitch when it comes to work. Like I pull up to a job and I'm the best employee you ever fucking had. Not so much the case anymore. A, because I found NFTs, and B, because I've realized like I can kind of coast at this job that I'm at. It's a government job and I can get away with it. I've seen people literally do nothing for months and months and months and not get fired. They don't leave until they find a new job. So that's a big part of it. As far as leaving goes, like on that note, I stake my body at my desk chair for a very large amount. Not very large. Sorry. We're not talking like, whale, Johnny, Akeem, big brain type shit, but a very respectable amount, for a kid my age that does literally no work. I stake my body for a very good amount of dust and or soul to literally do almost nothing, very close to nothing, sit on Twitter, hang out with you guys, shitpost on Twitter, be in Discord. But that being said, if I could make upwards of like double what I make at my job, I could have the benefit of health insurance, which is the biggest one, I think, for anyone considering, wanting to go full-time Web3, get an NFTs, quit their 9-to-5, whatever. Have the benefit of health insurance and the benefit of like the job security, which I think actually is pretty realistic with DeGods, right? Like and again, hard to say, who knows what's happening. Like this entire NFT thing could get nuked in a couple months. But those three things, the money, to obviously like live my life. Like I'm not a lavish dude, but I like to have a good time. I like to go out, eat and drink and shit. Health insurance, job security, because I don't want to have to worry about things, and I don't now. I think that would be
How many hours a week do you actually have to put in? And I don't mean that. I mean it because if you can continue with that kind of baseline, like legit backup job that pays fine with benefits, and you're able to like, I mean,
do you mean how many hours do I have to put in at my real job, or?
Yeah, that's your real job.
So I'm in the office 40 hours a week, 8 to 4:30. with a lunch break, my lunch breaks are usually an hour and a half because I take calls related to NFTs every single day.
Fucking pisses me off.
But it's the dream, bro. That is crazy.
At the system. That is horseshit. I haven't left my fucking desk for lunch in 22 years.
Well, here's the thing, like I'm a work-life balance guy, dude.
Like, said it. Not that you're a wimp. I actually just can't leave.
Yeah, that's not my fault. That's not my fault. You can't take lunches.
I'm not mad at you. I hate
it's encouraged, bro. I had a manager for a little bit that literally like every single day would show up at my desk at like 11:30 and be like, "Where are we going? What's for lunch?" And he was my boss. And we'd go out and it is what it is. And that's why my job is so cake. But like, all right, if I had to say like the amount of hours that I spend weekly actually like doing my job, 8.
Okay, so here would be my recommendation though. If you were to say 25, I would say then at some point you might say, gosh, if I was making, let's just say for conversation's sake, you made $1 today and you were working 25 hours a week and you could make $2, not doing that job. Well, you're making $1 today doing 8. You would have to make a lot more to ditch that
That's
job.
What I'm saying.
Right? Like, I love your setup. So like when Matt was talking about, hey, should I quit my real job?
Matt's job was a grind, dude. Matt had to lock his fucking car and his phone in his car at work and like could barely be online.
And I get that. That was a different scenario. So for you get, health insurance. What, you and your wife?
My wife has a good job too, though. So
$35,000.
I don't know. I'm not a math guy. I've also never paid for my own health insurance.
We used to pay like $35,000 for my employees for a family if they had a family of X amount, right? And then your baseline take home 8. I think you're in a wonderful setup to do this because that's not the case.
And also, it's like to everyone that asks me,
if you could keep running it this way, dude, do it. Make the free dough, not the free dough. Keep doing your job well,
right?
But then you can grind.
And to everyone that asked me that question, like what?
I'd keep the baseline.
What difference would me quitting my job even have? You know what I mean? Like I can respond on Twitter, like I should post on Twitter.
Yeah, you're still JB,
like I don't think anybody has ever been like, damn, like JB is busy and doesn't show up unless I'm fucking sleeping. So it's like why wouldn't I stake my body in this job where I don't do anything besides, a little bit of work here and there and hang out on Twitter and Discord. It's like I have a phenomenal setup.
And just keep doing that job well so you don't lose it, because then you'll end up in a different and then grind at whatever you want to do, but you've got us a perfect position to have like a passion.
I actually interviewed for it, and this reminds me, I need to call. I need to call and follow up on this. But right now I work for the county. I interviewed for a director position, or directly below the director at the city, which would be more pay and less work than I do. Government is sick, dude.
It sounds like a cartoon.
Yeah, it's fire.
It's like what was that show where they all Parks and Rec?
Yes,
sounds like
and it really is, dude. And it's like, and it's funny because like obviously there's a lot of finance guys in crypto, and there's a lot of like engineers in crypto, and I totally get, like there's a like Chip is a Mickey, and this motherfucker is building like these corporate skyscraper buildings, and like he's busy.
Yeah, he was sending us photo of shit he does. Holy crap, is that guy talented?
And but like he,
those are some of the most prolific buildings in the Middle East / globe. No shit. That guy's
because he does that, he like works at a very prestigious, busy, probably engineering firm. And like if you're an engineer that works for an actual engineering firm and not for the government, like you're busy as fuck, dude. Like your life is not easy. Matt was an engineer. Like I know a lot of people that are engineers that like your 9 to 5 is slammed. So yeah, to answer that question, like fuck you, pay me and I'll quit. But probably not, because why would I?
I would, if I were you, I would never quit and just spend 8 hours a week is like not even a hard guy's work.
I'll be completely honest. I think I answered 4 emails today and forwarded another 3. And
see, it'd be sick if you could work from home though.
Yeah,
then you
see,
could
that's
really actually only do stuff for 8 hours.
Right. That's the only problem with my job right now is like it's very because it's Southern
I'm
government.
not going to even listen to that as a complaint. I mean,
it's the only. I'm not complaining by any means, but the only thing I could change is like
better not. Someone who doesn't like you might try to out you and dox you and get you fired.
But here's the thing: like my 20,
everybody likes JB.
My 20. That's literally my goal in life. Just like me, bro. Like when I tell you that I work at one of the most antiquated, like dude, I fill out my time slip every week in pen. Like I have to get my boss to sign it and then bring it to HR. If I want to take days off, I have to write down a leave slip. Like I work at the most Web 0 company you could possibly imagine. So it's it's chill. It's cake. I have 0 complaints on it. So next question.
I found this one. Okay, so it's like, why the fuck doesn't Chapter Bro have a Mickey?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, bro. Like I literally, like I seen the Mickeys. Like so I'm thinking like, okay, go all the way back, right? So we're minting in the pre-sale.
Did you mint yours?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So yeah. So here we are. We're in the pre-sale and shit, and all this shit's fucking going on. It was a fucking awesome time, bro. The fucking pre-sale, it was a fucking vibe. But anyway, so I minted I think 2. No, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually minted 3. And because so basically for what happened was they did an initial pre-sale and then a lot of people missed it, so then they opened it up again. And so the initial pre-sale was 2 SOL and the second pre-sale was 2.5. And so I actually did mint one, a third one, but for my third one, it was it was just some shit. And I guess I'll start here. So basically, this was the second thing I had ever minted like on Solana. Like I didn't know shit about fucking NFTs. I didn't know shit about anything. I just happened to end up fucking in the DeGod's pre-sale. And I saw fucking people were like selling shit, so I ended up selling one on like fucking like SolC for like I think it was like 7 SOL or some shit. And because in total, like on DeGod's total, I think I spent what is it? It was like 3 DeGod, so I think it was that like 6.5?
Yeah.
No, I'm terrible at fucking math, but yeah. So yeah, and then I ended up selling one that one on fucking SolC. Back then it was like fucking what, September is I think when it was. And then my other one I ended up selling it at 5 SOL. I ended up selling it at 5 SOL in, I don't even remember what it was. It might have been November, January, I don't fucking know. But I ended up seeing the guy in the DAO. I ended up seeing him when he deaded his guy. He's like, I finally have enough. And I ended up talking to the dude because the dude who ended up, I ended up selling my second, because I minted when I was in the pre-sale, I minted 2 clowns back to back. And one was a clown. He had the fucking, what is it? The fucking fish hat. He had the fucking, the Top Gun, fucking whatever. And he had the fucking goggles. Yeah. And I ended up minting both these clowns, the one I have and then the other one. And I ended up selling it for like 5 SOL, because I was like, man, I fucking minted this shit for like 2 SOLs. I was like, whatever, I don't give a fuck, So but yeah, I ended up seeing the guy, bro.
Trizy that shit.
Yeah, I totally paper handed it. Literally right after I sold, that's when boom, like the fucking floor just, started doing what it was supposed to initially do on the fucking paper hand bitch tax, like the infographic where it's like floor to infinity. Like literally that's exactly what
that
happened.
That shit was
right
so
after
retarded, dude. God.
Like dead ass. Because you guys remember, like
it was like 15 the floor was like, to like 5, and it was like, okay, in 3 days.
The
only programmed NFT in existence, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It was the craziest thing, and it just kept going and going and going. I'm like, oh shit, like, dude, but once it hit, what was it, the 33.3, bro, that was the biggest day ever. But yeah, no, so going back to like what I had minted, bro, I was looking at all the different traits and shit, but during that time it was my first time like in NFTs, and I actually didn't know shit about like Mickey DeGods and shit. It wasn't until we actually started this show that JB actually educated me on everything that has anything to do with Mickey DeGods. I literally did not know. Like, I'm like literally in the fucking Discord. I'm like fucking, you know, just fucking, I'm Trizying, I'm chilling, fucking shit posting, I'm chilling, you know? And, you know, just chilling in the fucking Discord. But I legit did not know shit about fucking Mickey DeGods. I had fucking seen, like, you know, like I had heard some shit. But I was like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, what's this over here?
Well, I bought my Mickey when I had made the tattoo bet, and I bought 4 gods with like the soul that I got from burning the one. But I don't even really know at the time like what it was that made me want to buy a Mickey. Maybe it was like I don't know. I've seen some gifts here and there. I know actually the Mickey welcome bot at the time was fucking electric, dude. And it still is pretty fire, but I think it's toned down a little bit. I think we're all like kind of a little busier than back in the day, but like it used to be when you bought a Mickey, it was like you had an entire chapter in the book of Mickeys written on your god when you bought it, because it was
it was man.
Yeah, every single person was like,
I mean, that walk-in, I will say this, like the walk-in
worth every penny.
Mickey's walk-in Twitter feed is like my number one check every day. It is hysterical. It's is very
fun.
Funny group of people, and
worth every penny.
I love, you know, even guys like Chip will come in and out. It's not like a constant. It's not like a. It doesn't have like a. You know, oh, he's not all chatting in the vibe or in the Mickeys all the time. You know, don't listen to him. No, everybody, anything. It's a funny group,
and you cannot be a big chat guy. Like I feel like Hammercock wasn't a big chat guy until recently, and now Hammercock is in there 24/7. And now he's like one of my favorite fucking Mickeys. Like he's an absolute gem.
I loved his chuggies for duppies that he did. I need to see another one from him.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yo, shout out to him.
Yeah, Mickeys, you should be in here because it is good. And then the other thing is there are a bunch of Mickeys that aren't in there just because whatever. They might not be Twitter people. They might do more Discord, but you know, some people don't like Discord because it's so fucking.
But the Discord pops off too. I never go in the Mickey DeGod's Discord. But like I'll go in every now and then to react to.
It's like a whole other subset. I love it.
It's a completely different set of dudes.
I go in, I'm like, God, why aren't I in there?
It's a completely different set of dudes that are like Harry, Obi are like fully active in Discord all the time. Fox too, even, and it's like I never see.
Yeah,
these
no,
guys.
it's just what's your medium?
Yes, exactly.
So to answer your question, to answer your question, Hammercock. The reason why I don't have a Mickey is because I got is because I got lost in the sauce and I'm a dumbass, bro. That's it.
Hey, if a man doesn't,
we have to call a guy Hammercock.
I was thinking, what's the
we were last the
short
day
nickname
we were coming up with
because it can't Hammercock is too long. It's got to be like Hammer or Hammy
or
Hog. Hog was a good one.
I figure we just
Cocky,
call him Ham, bro. Be like, hey, what up, Ham?
What's the saying? If you don't have any sauce, you're lost. But if you have too much, you can get lost in the sauce. That's Gucci Mane.
I don't know if that's
true.
Yeah, I heard lost in the sauce.
Yeah, I was lost in the sauce for real, bro. I was between, what was it, like September to December. Well, that's because I can't remember what month it was, bro. But then my girl, like, you know, I'm like stuck in my phone. I'm like, oh, because I was new to Discord. I didn't know shit about Discord, and I'm learning all this shit's new to me. So the only Discord that I understood was just, you know, DeGod's, because I spent so much time in there. So I was like, why would I go join all these other places? Like, fuck those dudes. Like, I know these dudes in here, you know. And then my girl, like, you know, she's like, hey, like, when you get a chance, like, you want to come upstairs? So I come upstairs, and then she's got like fucking 6 pregnancy tests, like fucking sitting on the fucking thing. And I was like, oh shit. So then that's when like my whole like thought process is like fucking changed. Like I was like, oh shit, like, you know. And then now here we are. How many days we got? When's NFT NYC?
It's in 22 days.
20 days. It's 20 days. Yep. I was gonna say due dates in 20 days.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say shout out to y'all, bro. And if y'all didn't know this, live DeGodCast episode, NFT NYC
T-shirt cannon,
and you know, T-shirt cannon, your boy might remotely be there. You know what I mean? So we'll see what's up. I might be whispering the recap, you know, from a hospital bedroom. You know what I mean? But we out here. from a liver delivery.
I don't know who the hell the guest is going to be, but hey, maybe we just pull up, do a live show, and we just bring on community members one at a time. Quick segment,
Bro,
like 10-15 minutes per guy. We get Jimmy on, we get Bell on.
As long as it takes to get a tattoo. As long as it takes to get a tattoo.
Well, they're sitting there getting a tattoo.
Wow. Jeez. Yeah, we don't have to do the whole, because I was thinking about like the setup for like a live podcast is not easy to do, especially a portable setup that you're going to fly to New York City. That's way easier, because then we're talking one mic, we're talking either an iPhone
while they're getting a tattoo, getting grinded on.
And it's like you're asking them the hard questions. It's like, oh, yeah. Damn, yeah, I like that. All right. This is going to be fun. We got to get
that's dope.
Matt, if you're still listening, you got to come to New York. I know you're 50-50, but like you got to be the producer, because there's no way that I'm going to be able to figure this out on my own or with Slate.
Well, we got Mark. We got Mark, though.
Do we?
Yeah, Mark's coming, and he's bringing the video gear, brother.
Oh, let's go. All right. Yeah.
Shout out to the homie Mark.
That's going to be good.
Act your age, not your height. That was one of my favorite comments. All right, I got to pull that up. I don't know if... damn, this is going to take me...
what?
Dude,
if there's any more questions.
Johnny posted his tweet today, like, I'm going on the DeGodCast this evening. What questions do you guys have? And Mark's tweet was, when did JB stop using glass cups and start using shoes, and why? Does his family even own glass cups? If so, are they only for his wife's use? Does he use a shoe at the dinner table? So many questions, not enough answers. And as I read that,
are they only?
I realized
for his wife's
that
use?
the tweet I was looking for was actually in response to my Trizy tweet this morning and not Johnny's, but that was still good. Oh man.
Yeah. Well, you got the horn the other day, though.
Das Horn.
You that
thing has seen some.
That was a horn. That's a big Minnesota thing.
Yeah, skull. That's not why I have it, though. I'll never admit to that. Yeah.
What, the skull thing? Drinking out of that? Isn't that what you have?
Dude, I'm a fucking Packer fan, bro.
He's a Packer fan, man.
Back off.
Yeah, my uncle played for the Packers.
Played or plays?
With Doc's mouth. Played.
Okay, I got one of my best buddies, one of my best men at my wedding. His uncle played for the Packers too, so big Packer fan. Got this.
He plays for him now.
Played, yeah. Yeah, it's not a skull thing,
I'm a big
bro.
I'm from KC originally, so I'm a Chiefs fan.
Oh yeah, I've had that horn since college, and that horn has seen some shit. Yeah.
Good
times.
horn.
Yeah, great horn. Oh man, I'm so excited. Like I might have to like pay for an extra bag to New York just so I can bring all my drinking apparatuses and like walk around the city with like my horn, an extra pair of shoes in my pocket.
You're gonna bring like 15 extra
my
pair
beer
of shoes.
helmet.
Hand out to people.
You gotta like bring your shoe into the workshop and line it with like a plastic bag or something.
Yeah, people have been telling me to buy this like Crop Protect or something, and it is like it waterproofs your shoe.
One of the guys from Solus, I'll ask a question. One of the guys from Solus Society, what defines a great project pre-mint?
Oh yeah,
and that I actually want to know your guys.
He did he did a half a shoey. I'll give him that. It was Monster. It wasn't beer. It was about a half of the 16 ounce, but. Okay, real quick. For me, when I'm evaluating a project pre-mint, and there's two answers to this, and one of them is like the good answer, and one of them is the what do I think is actually going to make money answer. So I get a lot of I get a lot of DMs from projects, that ask me to take a look at their roadmap or take a look at what their utility is going to be or whatever it may be. Provide my feedback, whatever. And a lot of the times, the first thing that I see is an exact copy of something that somebody else has done, but with different art on top of it. So one of my first questions to whoever it is that's in my DMs is, okay, what are you going to do that's different from what everybody else has already done? And depending on how they answer that is dependent on how much I believe in this project or even give them the time of day. A lot of projects pull up in my DMs, with shitty art, a shitty roadmap. And I'm just like, okay, good luck. So the two answers The first one being what I think is like the genuine answer and what everyone should look for is, what is it that the project is doing that is even trying to be new or innovative, right? Like, it's very easy to just copy what everyone else is doing. But if you even put a small spin on it that shows me that you've kind of given some thought to this and what you want to do, and you're not just trying to capitalize on what everyone else is being successful doing, but with different art, that already to me is like a green flag. But more so than that, when I'm talking to these projects, like, I ask a lot of questions when a project, DMs me, and it's the response from whoever it is that I'm talking to that really makes me, bullish on a project. Kind of like the first time I heard Frank talk on a Spaces, right? Like, talking to the founder of the project, and in talking to them, realizing like, okay, this guy actually like has some intuition, like kind of knows what he's talking about, maybe has the wherewithal to like create something new and do something interesting in the space, right? And there's not that many of those. Like, I get so many DMs and it's just like something some other project has done, and I'll even tell them to their face, okay, this project did the exact same thing that you're doing. What are you going to do different? And they just don't have an answer for it. So that's like the deeper answer. The cop out, I'm just trying to flip NFTs and make money answer is like just looking at hype. Like, what have you done to build hype around your project? And that's not an easy thing to do. So I'm not discrediting building hype, building, a Discord following, building a large community of people who maybe aren't,
I think there's room for both.
For
it's
sure.
Like, for me, it's like, look at like the Zion keys. They've come out. That's a nut. I use that. I use it.
Yo, shout out to Zion. Word.
That is a badass NFT with utility. I've got hype thing. I mean, when I bought DeGods, I loved paper hands bit text. One, I loved
it was
the
slightly
art.
Intuitive.
Two, I loved paper hands bitch tags. I thought it was cool. I thought, hey, this is a deflationary mechanism. Inherently, this should work. When it didn't, they pivoted, changed. We have Dead Gods, we have Dust. That's fucking incredible. I was not expecting that. So I love that, and then more to come, and doopies and blah, blah, blah. But that is a unique thing. There are a lot of hype projects that I think I think art is super fucking average, and I'm an art guy. I own a bunch of art. I've got a bunch of art in real life. I love NFTs. I will buy art. I like what I like, right? So, it's eye of the beholder, but I'm just shocked at like the amount of shit art that I see, or okay art. And I understand why, because there is this opportunity to create hype, and I get why people do it. I love utility or art, and art with community, and then a community,
which is very hard to do.
A different vibe.
I see a lot of projects approach me, and that's their pitch when I ask. It's just like, well, we're gonna have a sick community. And I'm like, what do you mean? That's like the hardest thing to build in NFTs.
Well, man, I don't have so much time in the day. I'm in some of those that I like,
and I don't have time for
it. I hate to say it, but like, so. And I don't mean that as a rug or a rub, but I think we're in a saturated world, and I would hope that people, I think there will, if crypto continues to get pounded, that'll weed things out, and it'll bring in people with capital.
And now that I think, I didn't realize at first that the guy that asked that was like a project founder. Like, my core, like, do this to, bring hype to your project and to make people aware of it. And this is kind of what we did with Divine Dogs. It's like, find every venue and every opportunity that you can to put yourself in front of people and tell those people what it is that you're going to do that is different and then is actually worth their time.
Yes.
Because and again, it's possible to sell out and have a hype project with nothing more than a brand and some good art. Like, You look at OK Bears and like that shit went to the fucking moon with zero promises.
It did.
But that is like a not even a 1%, like a 0.5% scenario. Right. And if you actually are like building something and you're not just launching a project that, you know, wants to have a cool community in art, you probably have something that sets you apart, and you probably have some kind of utility that makes you special. And you take every single opportunity you can, whether it's Twitter Spaces, you know, Twitter Threads, fucking, you know, unique Discord giveaway opportunities that are more than just like a like, retweet, you know, have your friends follow us. Every opportunity you can to put what it is that makes you unique and that makes you special in front of as many eyes as you possibly can, because you have to drive that interest into your project, or else like I see it 3 times a day. Like these projects that have hype. There was one today that I had whitelist for that had 3,000 reacts on the Discord announcements going into the mint today. I think they minted 20% on Magic Eden. Like you have to fucking show people that there's a reason to actually like buy your shit.
Yeah, indeed.
I feel that.
Well, I say we do maybe. Well,
I'll give you one more because I smell the food coming up from downstairs, and that's usually my cue.
Yeah. Same. Ozzy asked about a shoei.
Oh, let's go.
And I mean, I don't necessarily need to do a shoei, but
wait, you just really leaned down like you were about to take your shoe off.
Oh,
what the fuck,
bro? I see that shit.
What?
He's like, oh,
wow, I just like
a shoe. The first
I have
fake.
not had this big of blue balls in months at least. Holy shit! He said Ozzy asked about a shoei, leaned off camera.
I was going to tell him Akeem shoei story from a party in St. Bart's at Michael Saylor's yacht.
Fine.
Oh shit! Hey,
and then do a shoei after.
Yes.
Well, all right. That might be that. That might be my penance for pump
holy
shoei.
Shit, dude.
Pump fake shoei.
You just Trizy the fuck out of us.
I was bullshitting with Akeem today. I'm like, hey, I'm going on this thing, and he's on a plane right now, and I'm like, he's like, oh, he goes, fucking JP loves shoeis. Yeah. Akeem has been doing shoeis before that. Like shoeis are big in Australia, right? Apparently that's been a thing forever. Mm-hmm. Akeem has also been doing them, and like out of cowboy boots. That's his.
That's a good. He's a good shoe boot.
Sweaty ass cowboy boot.
With our wives and friends, and a buddy of ours is friends with Sailor. This is pre-Bitcoin Sailor. This is like 2010. And there's Sailor's throwing this fucking rager in St. Bart's, and we're there over New Year's. And he's got his boat, Harl, which is a badass boat. And he's having this party, and Akeem's on the boat, and there's about 150 people there, but Michael mainly knows everybody, and we know 2 of his friends, so we're bullshitting with him. And Michael Saylor's just giving us the, blah, blah, how do we know you? And we're bullshitting. And Akeem is wearing these, like, fancy fucking black gator skin boots.
Love it.
And some guys, like, showing him he can chug a beer. And Akeem says about zero, wheels his boot off, takes a full beer, dumps it in, and does a booty. And when I tell you, about 60 people on the boat turn around and they're like, holy fuck.
It's so funny. Dude.
And then he's like, ta-da! And I mean, he's a nut. But I think
Akeem is my dad.
Fucking laughed harder. Oh,
this is a fucking gangster, bro.
And Sailor, and anyways, it
was people
like very funny.
I'll post a shoey or I'll eat somebody's shoey, and people comment on it like, "This is so disgusting. Why do you ever do it? Just do one fucking shoey and tell me how you feel." It's so fucking fun. Like it gets the people going. Like there's just no reason not to do it, bro. Like honestly, I cannot think of one. So I like.
Soggy shoe. I mean, a soggy shoe. Is that a good reason?
Look at these. These have what do you make for beer?
Those are hops. I thought they were artichokes until you said that. So those shoes were made for beer. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
He's doing it. We don't even record this.
I'm screen recording.
It's gonna be. Okay.
Come on, bro.
It's shoei o'clock.
Hang on, let me just. I need to not.
As Johnny lifts up the shoe.
Tongue. Jesus fucking Christ. I jog in these.
Nice. Love that. The hardest part about the shoei, too, is not spilling. No pressure.
Let's
go.
go.
Nice and easy. Oh, gets very foamy, too. That's also difficult. Look at that. Great form. Oh,
oh man.
Gorgeous.
Wow.
Gorgeous. Let's go.
Wow.
That's my guy.
That was
dude.
a 10.
That's my guy.
I give that 10.
Man.
I give that 10.
How do you feel, bro?
Say that was
How do you fucking feel? Fantastic.
I feel
Let's fucking
great.
go.
I tell you what.
Oh,
I feel great.
it's the best. I'm telling you, like,
I will say this. Pro move.
take the insole out for sure.
Take the insole out.
Take the
Remove
insole out. How do you pronounce that? Saucony? Saucony? Saucony?
Yeah,
Suck on
these are actually
these.
like a beer version that they made. This is the Oktoberfest.
Made for beer.
Right? With the Bavarian blue. I think I bought them
Yeah.
like 3 years ago.
Kick game's strong, dude. Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
What a way to end the show, dude.
Anyway.
Fantastic. And I'm telling you, dude, people, I'll scream this from the top of the mountains. Don't take yourself so seriously. Whether it's fucking crypto, whether it's anything, do a fucking shoei, chug a beer. Unless you're an alcoholic and you don't drink, that's fine. Respect. Like, do your thing.
Respect.
You got other cool shit going on, but just fucking do a shoei. It's one of the funnest things in the world. Like, it gets the people going. It makes you feel
really
good.
is.
There's really there's no downside. So I appreciate that, Johnny. That was fantastic. Do I have permission to post that on Twitter? Obviously.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Let's
For
fucking
sure.
go.
Let's fucking go.
All right.
Very fun. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for coming.
I love you guys.
Long time in the making. This has been on my
Keep
bucket
it up.
list of guests. So thank you for coming.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the look and the invite, and thanks for staying with me and on me. So it's been a lot of fun, and certainly this whole DeGods and Mickey ride is. If it ended tomorrow and we $0 cash, I wouldn't trade it.
Fun while it lasted, man. Worth it.
Agreed.
Indeed.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna last a lot longer, but just generally speaking.
Yeah. Facts. All right, boys. I appreciate you guys. This was a pleasure. Johnny, Chapter Slate. Love you guys. Fucking A. What a show.
Love you too, boys. Cheers. Peace and hair grease, boys. Cheers.
And Slate, Chapter, we out.